to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Hey there. Welcome to the Detroit Cast on a Monday. Mike and Jay, Big E is here. Kadog, an asshole yet here. How are you, my friend?
I'm great, Mike.
Welcome back.
Happy to be here.
Yes. How was your weekend?
It was great.
Yeah?
Yeah, I had the pleasure of spending part of it with you. That was good, man. Good family time. Got some shit done around the house, so I feel good
Family
about that.
time, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
When I say it was good and family time, I mean usually my nuclear family.
What does that mean?
Well, I mean, like, it doesn't mean like I went to my in-laws, right?
Well,
so
yeah.
Let's just assume if I say it was good and family time is in the same sentence.
I assume it means closet time.
Well,
that's where I always go.
that I can't say that didn't happen.
Who's the king?
I am.
You the king? How much money are you gonna make today?
Enough to choke a baby.
That's right. Whose tits are these?
They're my tits.
These are the king's tits.
The king's titties.
That's right. Is it a king's dick?
It's slightly above average.
Yeah? You gotta stake your claim. You gotta stake it.
Stake my claim.
Wow.
Well,
I'm shocked Dad was okay with recording that. Jay.
I think one of the boys recorded that and sent it to me.
God.
Probably not.
Yeah.
that was a good weekend.
The king's titties. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a good, strong weekend. How was your weekend? Yeah, I noticed you got a new hat on.
It's not new. I just kind of found it.
Well, that's the beauty of it, right? It's not new. It's
Right,
old.
right.
It's new to you.
And actually, yeah, it's a Bad Axe hat, which is where Nana's from originally.
That's
Not
kind of
actually originally.
That's kind of
but-
Bad Axe in and of itself. That Nana's from Bad Axe, Michigan.
I know.
Of course she is.
Right.
Just rabble rousing up there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think we have a listener that actually lives in Bad Axe, which is kind of weird to me, but I don't know why. But
Yeah.
See, when I think Nana, I think more Hatchet, but Axe will do too.
Yeah. Sure.
Ready?
Anyway.
yeah, exactly.
It's sort of like a Bad News Bears looking hat.
Yeah,
Kinda
that's a
that
good
old,
call.
like,
Blue and
early
yellow.
80s, late 70s, maybe even.
The
That's just like an original trucker hat, back when-
right. I mean, I can't believe they even made hats for Bad Axe. Honestly, the story is supposed to go by the way that when they were building the town, they used some axe and it broke, and the guy goes, "That's a bad axe." Like that's legitimately supposedly how it happened. That's not. I don't know though.
That makes sense, which is why the handle is broken on the axe on your hat.
Yep. Exactly.
Why is your gay man flag hanging in the studio?
I don't know.
Yeah, why is that?
I
there?
thought you guys were wanted to.
I mean, that was a gift to you.
Right. Yeah, but I wanted to.
I mean, no, I don't have a problem with it,
Right.
but I would think that you would want to take it home and iron the wrinkles out of it and stuff and display
I
it.
don't know.
But
I'm just not someone who likes to be selfish. I mean, that was for me, but I figured the whole team would
class
enjoy
could
it.
use it.
Right.
It's good right behind him. Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. Is that how it looks? Am I sitting here with a flag behind me?
Yeah, it looks like you're speaking from a podium.
Yeah.
Flag.
Wow.
It's perfect.
No, that's perfect. Absolutely
Well, at least
perfect.
purple's closer to me. That's our. I like that.
Yeah.
Love the purple.
Dude, with that camera angle, it looks like
It does
it's
look-
part of a podium for you to speak from.
It does. Yes,
It's nice.
it does. Oh, whatever.
What'd you do this weekend, Mike?
Not much. I went to Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Had lunch there with you.
It was delicious.
It was delicious.
What'd you have?
Dude, this is such bullshit. I swear to God, I sort of half believed Michael when he went, "Yeah, you should get this burger. It's kind of healthy." I went, "Oh, okay, I'll get that one." And then our waitress came back and went, "Yeah, that burger you just ate was like 2,000 calories."
I think she went, "Do you know how many calories are in that burger?"
It was like, she's like, "You don't even want to know." I'm like, "Oh God."
It was literally 2,000 calories. Days worth of calories, Mike.
Yeah.
So you didn't eat the rest of the day, of course.
Wow. I wouldn't go that far.
Hey, speaking of Twin Peaks, spend the season at Twin Peaks, football's largest luxury suite. You'll find the best kitchen in sports that's making everything from scratch and a beer selection ranging from local crafts to their famous 29-degree drafts. Throw in HD action in every direction in Twin Peaks' pigskin paradise. I wonder how that fight went the other night over there. You see how short that fight ended up being?
Yes, I did. Was it
how their crowd
McGregor?
was. Yeah, McGregor and
Can't remember his name. The little Irishman One in 13 seconds.
13 seconds.
It looked, I don't know, dude. Something about that looked weird to me.
Oh,
He
really?
kind of stepped into that fight. Jose Aldo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 13 seconds, and it's just he kind of lunges at McGregor, and McGregor's just like, boom, with a left, caught him in the jaw, and down he went.
It's like back in the Tyson days, man.
Yeah. You don't usually see that with little dudes, you know?
Right.
But yeah, I'm sure they had a good crowd out there for that. Well, what are we going to do today? Let's see. We've got some inmate prostitution going on. This story is wild.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh God, I can't remember what state. I'll have to look at it in the story, what state it was. Maybe
Florida for sure.
Yeah. The cop rapist. We did that story months ago.
Yeah, and then we were going to talk about it on Friday, and then the jury was kind of out at that time, and then I think the jury came back before the end of the show, but we just didn't get to it or something.
Yeah, we didn't have time to get to it or read up on the details, but
Figured the story would be here on Monday anyway. So,
and it is, and he's got local ties too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was a standout college football star at, I think, Eastern.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
yeah. Tried to go to the NFL and then, obviously didn't go anywhere. But yeah, before becoming a cop and then convicted rapist. Now, brutal story. Cop shooting, woman attacks a cop in a DMV. That's fun video, anyways. A little survey done on swearing. Those of us who like to swear a lot. I feel like I'm one of those people.
I would say you are.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're a swearer?
I'll use some salty language from time to time.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
what you're saying, BS.
I feel like you swear here, but I know it's a weird thing when you have to shut that off. Like I did for years and years on the radio, but yeah, you don't swear around your kids, but around here, it's a lot easier to just go, whatever, fuck it.
I think some of the conversation lends to it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you need a descriptor to fit the issue. So, nothing wrong with a little F-bomb here and there.
Yeah. It's the only way to go, right? The NFL finally taking a look at the catch rule. So we'll get into that. The Lions with a dynamite game.
I didn't watch a play.
Yeah.
Did they lose?
Good. You shouldn't have. They look like shit. I'm telling you, dude, I don't know what they'll say happened. The Rams were on like a 7-game skid, but when the Lions lost that game after 3 wins in a row to Green Bay in Detroit on a Hail Mary, that was devastating. Of all the shit they've been through and all the bullshit and all the bullshit calls and plays and dumb play and dumb calls, that was the dagger right there where it was like, okay, fuck it.
Oh yeah, I don't care what they
came out flat.
Right.
They look like shit.
Right.
They got fucked on some calls. Whatever. That's par for the course. But we'll take a look at the committee that's put together for the NFL. Some terrorist backlash. Pro gun people getting into it in Texas. Blah blah blah. We got a guy too for the ACLU. He's resigned.
The guy who tweeted about Trump.
Yeah.
Well, Trump is still the news, of course, all over the place. We've got the debate coming up on Tuesday. I think must be the final one of the year. It's on CNN.
It is the final one of the year.
It's been hyped like crazy on CNN. They loved the first one, all the great ratings they got. So have you seen the commercials for those where they kind of fade in the faces?
The heads.
Like it's a fight,
Totally.
Yeah, like a prize fight.
Irritating.
Yeah. But this one will be good in that it's all about national security. That's the big theme. And there's not been a debate since the Paris attacks in San Bernardino.
Yeah.
Obviously, Trump front and center with the Muslim
ban on Muslims.
Rhetoric. So all that'll come out. And then you've got Cruz taking over the top spot in Iowa polls. So really interesting position we're in on Tuesday here.
And the Cruz thing is interesting too, because he's making a jump up big time. So I feel like Carson, if he wants to even try to get into this, he's going to have to come with it.
It sounds like he's taking Carson's people, the evangelicals.
Yeah.
I hate that term.
Yeah.
But it sounds like that's what he's gaining and Carson is losing. Yeah. And it doesn't surprise me because the dude has energy. Like Carson the whole time, again, like it started out with my dad identifying him several years ago. Like, oh, this is the guy to watch. And I've since then been, okay, what's the deal with this guy? Why is he so liked? And I
have you talked to your dad yet about it?
A little bit. He was just frustrated, as I was kind of saying, like, dude, don't you want him to jump up and really show some energy? He's like, yeah, I do. And I'm just not as impressed as I was kind of feeling. I mean, he wouldn't admit it, but I could tell that's what he was sensing. But the Ted Cruz thing is also interesting because he was the one who would not attack Trump. And those guys seemed to have a mutual respect. It almost looked like Cruz was from the beginning looking to be Trump's VP. Kind of like, hey, I'm going to respect the shit out of this guy. I'm not going to touch him. And I'm going to be the one.
And
who's
recognizing
his boy at the end.
Recognizing there's kind of a spark, something underground in the country too, that this guy's tapped into. And
kind of a shrewd move, right?
Sure. And recognizing that, this is a way to hitch my wagon and stay in this fight. Plus, everybody that went after Trump was kind of getting thrown to the wolves.
Yeah, he saw how Trump lashed out really, really forcefully, and it was like, well, why? It's kind of a losing proposition. Why not just sit by and be respectful
and ride it? Although it came out over the weekend that
they did hit each other a little bit.
Cruz was saying some stuff backdoor, like off the public airwaves, that was recorded and kind of critical of Trump. So Trump kind of slapped back at him. But when you look at Cruz's new numbers, Trump, my fear, or not my fear, but my thought was, if he goes into this last debate of the year on CNN that you're talking about Tuesday night with a humongous lead, he can kind of just coast and not have to, just don't make any waves and don't say anything stupid.
Yeah.
Where now you're looking at Cruz jumping up and someone to take seriously maybe. And all of a sudden maybe he's got to fight even harder. But although he's going to have so much shit to deal with the whole Muslim ban thing.
Right.
Which the country has absolutely lost its mind about. It gets funny to watch people lose their shit over what he's saying, as if, do they really think he's talking about like a whole religion?
Dude, it drives me crazy when you listen to all the stories about it now, because it's exactly what you identified at the front of that. It was like, listen to what he's saying. Don't make it broader than what he's saying. Saying until our incompetent government figures out a way. And so you can disagree with carving out a category in a religion like that, for sure. That's up for debate. Reasonable people can disagree on that.
Sure.
But don't make it, he wants to get rid of all Muslims. He wants them all out of the country.
It's a war on Islam.
Yeah, it's like, dude, he's actually saying something that does have some logical basis. And again, reasonable people can disagree on it, but it drives me crazy to just see how this story's spun out of control.
Yeah. And seeing people like this Loring Werble, who stepped down from his job at he was running the Colorado Springs chapter of the ACLU, after he posted this thing on Facebook that said, the thing is, we have to really reach out to those who might consider voting for Trump and say, this is Goebbels. This is the final solution. If you are voting for him, I will have to shoot you before Election Day. They're not going to listen to reason. So when justice is gone, there's always force, as Lori would say.
Ooh.
Yeah. Big tough guy. And so he defended his post saying it was a joke. It was just a joke. Yeah. See how that works, asshole? Yeah, it's just a joke. Now beat it. Get out of your job, asshole. Just like you want everyone else to do. I see he's a Sparty. You see that?
God damn it!
I know. I was like, oh, Jay, I love that. He's wearing his proud Michigan State sweatshirt.
Oh,
nice.
Man. It's just like every time I see Michael.
Oh, Moore.
Yes.
Yeah.
His Spartan
hat.
Ill-fitting Spartan hat perched atop his fat head.
Yeah.
Get that thing off!
Maybe it says sucks underneath it, and he's a Wolverine fan.
There you go. Maybe.
I mean, who knows? I can't see the bottom of the shirt.
It doesn't look like it, but I guess
it doesn't. I agree with that. It doesn't look like it.
It's not promising.
He said it was intended totally as a joke. They're taking that stuff out of context. It's smear politics. Yeah, it's happening to everybody, asshole. Like, that's just the world you're living in.
And you and your side are right at the forefront of doing that shit.
Yeah, of hammering people for that shit. You should, of all people, know what that's like and recognize it. The ACLU issued a statement saying it does not condone the recent personal Facebook post of Loring Werble. They're a nonpartisan organization. We do not endorse candidates or parties, blah, 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 blah. Right. So anyway, he's gone. But talking about Trump and the issues there, there's more reports that have come out about the San Bernardino shooter, the girl with the gorgeous name, Tashfeen Malik.
Oh, lovely, lovely young lady.
And here's what I think I read into this. When I read stuff like she underwent 3 background checks, had her K-1 fiance visa approved, even though she openly posted about committing violent jihad on social media. That right there is what Trump is talking about when he's talking about incompetent as fuck leadership in government, not You know, and granted, it's tough to judge because they have to be 100%. They have to bat 1,000. Otherwise, they look like assholes. The press you get for stopping a terrorist attack is like, oh, good job.
Yeah.
You want a cookie? You know.
And truth is, I bet it's been so lax in terms of women. Gun to their head, if they had to admit how much screening they do of women versus men, oh my God, it's probably just a tiny
minuscule.
And it'll obviously grow. Hopefully it'll grow from this situation, but it's no wonder somebody slips through the cracks like that.
The trio of, let's see, if U.S. officials had discovered the messages she posted before she applied for her visa from Pakistan last year, red flags would have gone up and she likely would not have been approved. Likely? Or she absolutely wouldn't have been approved. She was screened by Homeland Security, then the State Department, then faced a third screening after applying for a green card. The trio of national security and criminal background screenings failed to find old postings on social media that said she supported violent jihad and she desired to take part in it.
Wow.
Like, dude, what are the background checks doing? Like,
what do they entail? What are they looking at?
I mean,
you think social media would be like a number one, right?
I don't give a shit if someone got a DUI or if you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I guess I do, but if you haven't done something like just screen someone's Facebook page to see what they're all about, that seems like the very first thing you would do. If they're dumb enough to post shit on social media and then want access into your country where she was posting shit like celebrating the 10-year anniversary of 9/11 with pictures of the buildings on fire. Like that right there.
Yeah, you'd think you'd have some crazy program that searches like comments about 9/11, right?
Yeah,
on any of these screens.
For you coming into the country especially from these certain areas of the world.
Yeah.
No offense. But if you're coming from Syria, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, I mean, you would just think that
certain keyword searches, and that would be one of them.
Yeah.
September 11th.
Yes. Jihad.
Did they express a view about that?
Yeah. And if they're dumb enough to express that view, but the fact is that seems like something that we could figure out here in this room. Like, oh, she wants to come here. Okay, well, let's just peruse her Facebook real quick and see what we come up with. Go around those anniversary dates, big ones, 9/11, terrorist attack dates, and see what kind of shit you're doing.
Right.
Now, maybe it's just a problem of there's so many people. They're backed up tens of thousands deep trying to get in, and you can't look at everything, but well, then they wait in line.
Spot checking, probably.
Yeah, and that goes to what you were saying about, oh, she's a woman. You know, they look the other way. Well, they probably won't anymore. But I think that's the thing that we all think of when you see Trump say something and people are like, oh, this is outrageous. This is profiling. This is racist. This is whatever. It's like, yeah, well, I don't give a shit how it's perceived. Let's do everything we can to keep people safe, because this seems like a no-brainer that this asshole idiot should not have been welcomed into this country.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like you wish I don't know, like you almost have to, if you take the word Muslim out of it and you say like group X, you know, and just think of it logically, like take the emotion of discrimination and religion out of that and just say group X. Group X is a group that we've identified as likely to be part of a terrorist attack. Now, what do we do about group X?
Yeah.
And you just think of it logically and practically and go through the process like that, and it becomes, I think, a little bit different of an issue.
What are we not seeing? What am I missing? Because there are people that are listening to this that will listen to this conversation that will go, what a bunch of monsters. Jay and Mike are monsters for having that belief. What racist, xenophobic, fucking blah, blah, blah. They're targeting an entire religion as if that's what we're doing. But why is it so hard to see the logic? What am I missing that the other side is so obviously seeing that's being plastered? Is it political? You're
cutting through the PC garbage. Like the people I think are hung up on it are you know, bleeding hearts that feel bad for this group of people. We shouldn't discriminate. We should never carve them out. I mean, geez, you know, what if that were Christian? What if that were Jewish? This and that. I think that's the feeling. And I don't know. I think you're able to just look at it like, again, more logically and practically and not.
Yeah.
I think you have to take that emotion out of it. And maybe then it's not an issue for you. And maybe you still disagree with Trump, but don't make it like this whole discriminatory thing. Cause I I don't think it is.
Yeah.
I think there's a reason for him saying that. And again, reasonable people can disagree whether that is a solution.
Answer. Yeah.
But it's not, just overtly racist and unheard of to think along those lines.
Yeah. To be worried about the overall safety. Because, I don't feel like a monster when I go, no, I care about the 14 people at the Christmas party at work who were gunned down and the 21 people that were, some of which were critically injured at that party, just going about their normal day in the world. And shit like this falls through the cracks, and these monsters are able to just go on an absolute nightmarish rampage. The feds have been talking to this guy's buddy. There were other attacks that they had planned earlier. The only reason they didn't go finish those was because some other terrorist thing got stopped in the area, and it made the news, and it freaked them out. And so they pulled back and didn't go through with it. I mean, years ago. Like they'd been planning this shit for years to act like, oh, she must have radicalized him. No, he was just as fucked up as she was. And it sounds like there are tons of them in that area. So what we know is there are lots of them in the country who want nothing more than to go out in a blaze of glory. And there are lots of others that would love nothing more than to get into this country and go out in a blaze of glory and take as many fucking people as they can indiscriminately.
Right.
Babies, old people, black, white, Christian, Jew, they don't give a fuck. Wipe out as many as you can. More horrific, the better. So at what point do people go, yeah, that's a problem? Because we know there are cracks in the security. We know there are issues. So why wouldn't you do everything you could to minimize that risk? I think that's your job. If you're running this country, your biggest job is the safety of the American people.
Well, and I think there definitely is a whole group of people who are very suspicious of the government's ability to take care of us and suspicious of their motives in doing that.
Right.
Certainly to different degrees. There's a whole spectrum. I mean, there's some really crazy, freaky people out there who, think everything's a conspiracy. But I think this notion of what Trump is saying, it cuts against the government. It identifies government as incompetent. Yep. So I think there's a whole side of people that want to push back on that idea too.
Yeah.
That dude, I mean, come on, just look at the postal service, and
yeah.
I mean, anybody who's been to a post office in the last certainly 3 weeks will, I think, agree that is not a well-run business. But you can go up and down the line of waste and then
government spending, and all of it across the board.
Look at Obamacare, whether you agree with it or not, nobody knows what the fuck it is. It's this big, and every lawmaker who took to the TV during that time frame admitted none of them
had read it. None of them.
I mean, that's incredible.
It was signed off hours on a weekend when nobody was there, and it was 1,200 pages.
Yeah.
And none of them had read it.
So this is the government we're trusting to protect us and to keep those borders safe and to screen these people. And there's some really good, smart people in that field, I'm sure. But it's just bureaucracy and it fails, and it's not as strong as it needs to be. So.
And you don't get the feeling that anybody in those roles gives a shit outside of being in that role. It's more of an ego thing than looking out for the people that you're supposed to be representing. It doesn't feel like a representative anymore. It feels like a talking down to, we know more than you do. We got this shit, when they don't. And we just hear time and time again of filling pockets for yourself, gaming the system, raping the people.
Oh, the government's amazingly huge. I read something by Bill Bennett recently about Trump and about how everybody is going to come out of the woodwork and try to kill this guy because he represents we all know that, anti-establishment, anti-government. And there is so much to lose by everybody involved in government that they are just going to kill this guy from the right and the left. The left being the current administration, whose legacy will be in tatters if he gets in there and investigates. Remember, he's the guy who called him out on the birth certificate thing early on. I mean, he's been on Obama's ass. You don't think he's just chomping at the bit to get in there and look at some of the things that were done behind the scene and investigate that?
Great point. Yep.
And so those guys have every incentive to knock him down, and then the right does too, because they're wrapped up in the whole game too. Just like you said, they're even if you lose an election, you're still, if you had a seat in that power, you're still looking at $1 million lobbyist salary, or a speaking tour, or you know what I mean.
Book deals.
it's so much, just like you said, you just said it, they're not for us. They're there to provide for themselves. And
Yeah.
every election is about, how can I survive? How can I personally survive?
Yeah.
I think it's a rare instance where there is anyone who really cares beyond, themselves and their families and the people close to them.
I wonder how many guys get into it with the best of intentions,
I'm sure a ton.
and then realize just how overgrown and bloated it all is, and
That's always what I assume.
overwhelming.
Yeah.
And
You can't get anywhere, and so it ends up every man for himself.
yeah, and it turns into your career,
Yeah.
which we all know it was never supposed to be.
No.
Or
Or you have a guy like Kwame who gets in there and goes, "Hey, I'm doing, I'm working at this pittance. I could be out there as a private lawyer making X, and so I feel like I'm entitled to more, and so I'm going to start taking on the side." And so there's that
Right.
That's the mindset, like, oh, I'm giving up so much to be in the government. No, you give up. If you're going to be in the government, you give up and you go be a civil servant.
yeah,
That's the purpose of it. But
yeah,
we all know it's bullshit.
it sure is, man. And so we've got these pro-gun advocates, and it ties into the same thing, because they've gone out and, kind of like Black Lives Matter, some of their rallies, they'll do this where they'll have a bunch of people lay in the street and cover themselves in fake blood. The cops to shoot us all in the street, we all being murdered and shit. And then they just hog up traffic, and people have to look at this.
It's a visual display.
Look at me, art piece. Look at me, everybody. That whole shit. Well, these guys are doing the same thing now. They had fake victims and fake blood laying outside the University of Texas on Saturday in what they called a theatrical event to show the need for firearms on campus. Their mock mass shooting was met with a much larger counter protest. I don't know that it was met with a counter protest as much as it was like cops, obviously, and students and organizers. They said the shooting organizers, the group Come and Take It Texas, good. Allowing gun-free zones on campus, said allowing gun-free zones on campuses eliminated a human right to personal protection. Our goal is to instill the importance of everyone to be able to defend themselves in any way they choose. Ahead of the event, so there was about 20 of them. These pro-gun activists walked near the university, some with military-style weapons over their shoulders. The group was far outnumbered by media, police, and students. So when they act like there was this large group that was out there, it's like, no, you just had a shitload of students walking by going, what's that?
Right.
All gawking at this, and then cops are brought in, blah, blah, blah. Many wondering what they were doing there. The school threatened to arrest the group for trespassing if they tried to do their mock shooting on campus. The mock mass shooting comes days after a university panel grudgingly acknowledged that it will have to allow guns in the classrooms under a new law that goes into effect next year, dubbed Campus Carry. The law allows people 21 and older with a concealed handgun license to carry handguns in classrooms and buildings throughout the University of Texas system.
Texas, man.
I gotta love it. Public universities will be required to allow the campus carry as of August 1st. I don't know how I feel about that. Like I have mixed feelings on the whole.
Whether this should be the Old West.
Yeah, just arm everybody. But I'll tell you one thing I know for sure, and lots of people have made the point. If you happen to be mixed up in something, you'd give an arm to have someone around you carrying and with that firearm on them. You know, if it came down to that moment where all of a sudden someone busts in and you're stuck with your ruler and your pencil, you better hope Jay Detroit Cast is standing there with his concealed carry and can at least give you a fighter's chance. You know what I mean? So, yeah, this will be interesting. So this guy, see his sign there? To conquer a nation, first disarm its citizens. Adolf Hitler said.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't think that was Adolf's actual quote, but it's kind of what he said. Yeah, interesting. But yeah, I think it goes back to not being able to trust that you're fully protected.
Right.
It's all one big thing. And there's a whole lot of people that just don't believe in you being able to protect them.
Yeah, there's a lot of components that go into this feeling toward Trump, you know, and it's like a perfect storm brewing here that's lending us support. The question, as we posed it last week, is have we crossed the Rubicon with Trump?
Right. I just wish, honestly, for me, like I can get there are things about any guy running for office that it's like, no, I don't agree with him there. You just find you hope you find someone that on balance, they kind of have some ideas that you like more than the other guy, and it's as simple as that. And then you vote for that guy.
Yeah.
With Trump, I really wish he would knock off some of the bullshit that he just keeps saying over and over about, oh, my poll numbers are this, my this or that, you know, and I'm gonna make I'm loved by all Muslims, I'm loved by all blacks, I'm loved by. It's like, no, dude. So what? What does any of that matter at this point? What is the point of that? I've never heard anyone try to do that, and I don't think it's
one of these. Keep saying it, and then people who just tangentially are into this thing, they hear it. Oh shit, man, Trump's got this, right? And just subliminally, you hammer somebody over and over. Ugh. It's like putting movie popcorn in every third frame of the movie. Shit, I could use some popcorn. I think it's that same sort of feeling. Shit, Trump is just taking this thing.
Yeah.
Although Bone Job disagrees. Bone Job writes in, hey guys, Trump will still fall off. Worry not. 4 years ago, Rick Santorum won Iowa. Good point. And Newt Gingrich had a strong lead in the polls. A few months later, Mitt Romney took the nomination. What we need to worry about isn't that Trump will win the Republican nomination, but that he will break off and go independent. If he goes independent, Hillary will win in a landslide. That's scary as hell. With love, Bone Job. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've talked about that. That
ad nauseum.
Anybody, and even Carson has kind of alluded to that.
Yeah.
But this
I don't blame him for.
This is getting tiring though. This whole like, if I'm not treated fairly, you know, this wah. You know what, dude? Just
you're the front runner. You're going to be the guy that all arrows are slung at. That just comes with the territory.
He's just setting up to do that so he can point back and go, I told you if you didn't treat me fairly, because like we said, the problem is if he gets jumped, he's going to deem it unfair. It would be a crazy circumstance that he would just deem, oh, the best man won.
Well, I think it's fair for him and the reason Carson came out this weekend and said that too was, you know, when you get wind of backdoor meetings going on with the GOP going, okay, how do we get these two fucking assholes out of here?
Reince Priebus.
Yeah. When that shit's going on, that to me, I get that. Yeah. Like if you're going, hey, dude, our own party is trying to backdoor us and figure out ways to take us down without just actually beating us.
I think it goes back to Bill Bennett's point, though, that I just referenced. Like the establishment is scared as shit of what could happen. Mm-hmm. Wow. You know,
well, what are they scared of?
The jig is up.
Is it the jig is up, or are they scared that this guy is going to do, we can't beat Hillary with this guy's rhetoric, and he could do severe damage to the Republican Party if he's our nominee?
All of the above.
I think that's more the problem than I think they think we're so dumb and they've been getting away with murder up there for so long anyways. Fuck them. What are they going to do? What is our fat, lazy country going to do? Are they going to pick up their guns and attack us now?
Right.
No, they're too fat and fucking lazy. They're not going to do shit.
Not you, though. We're not putting you in that category.
No.
Be ready to quit smoking once and for all. Great Lakes Vapor is here to make that a reality. Their e-cigs are handmade and guaranteed for life. Check them out in person off Grand River in Brighton or off Orchard Lake in Farmington. Or shop online at greatlakesvapor.com and have everything you need mailed right to your door. GreatLakesVapor.com is the best place to order refills of all their GLV juice. Use the promo code DetroitCast and you will get 10% off your online orders.
This NCAA basketball player.
Yeah.
I think he played in like 2008 was his senior year.
Okay.
He's a Sikh religion.
Sikh.
Yeah. Sikh. Yeah. I was going to say if he's sick, he should go home.
And no one wants to get sick.
Yeah. Nobody likes a sick guy, right?
Dude, it works through the sickness.
Yeah.
Get you all sick.
Yeah. No one likes that. So Sikh. Okay, that makes more sense. He's a Sikh.
It's like S-I-K-H.
Yeah, or S-I-H-K. It's like, yeah, whatever it is. Punjabi American.
What? Huh?
Right.
Punjab?
Darsh Singh. Sounds like a Star Wars character, doesn't it?
Kinda.
Darsh Singh.
Yeah, God, Star Wars is coming out Friday, gentlemen.
I can't wait.
Holy shit.
You excited?
I am, but I'm not gonna wait in line and shit. Not doing that.
I don't understand. Why don't you just like, dude, I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna friggin' buy them. You know, you realize there's an internet now. You can go buy movietickets.com and have your ticket ready to go. I mean, you don't have to go wait in line anymore.
Can you see if there are tickets available for like Sunday?
They're already, I'm gonna go Sunday.
Are you? Why don't we all go Sunday morning?
Let's all go Sunday morning.
Okay.
Kadog,
you want to go?
You bearded fellow. Look at his beard, man.
I know.
He's looking like a lumberjack now, man.
I'm shocked you guys even talk about all this Muslim stuff with looks like a honestly
God
terrorist
amongst.
It's like he's been radicalized.
Yeah. Gonna change my name to Malcolm K pretty soon.
Okay. Malcolm 10.
No K.
Malcolm 10. I love that. It's Malcolm 10.
God damn it, son.
No, I could. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm available. I'll have to check my calendar and get back to you guys.
Yeah, let's aim for that though.
I'll
Yeah.
when we're done with this today, I'll look at when we'll decide whatever. And I'll buy them online.
Is it in 3D or is it just regular?
No, I'm not seeing
not
shit.
seeing-
I don't.
3D.
I just wondered if it
It's
is.
gonna make me sick, Mike. I'm not doing it.
I don't want to see it in 3D either. I'm just curious if it's in 3D or if it's in.
I've not
special
heard
theaters.
anything about that.
I haven't either.
Okay. Anyway, Darsh Singh,
Yeah.
not to be confused with a Star Wars villain, was the basketball player. He played for Trinity in San Antonio. Made history as the first turbaned Sikh American to play NCAA basketball.
There's that son of a bitch.
Look at that!
him.
Look at that proud Sikh.
Look at him dribbling. Look at that action shot.
Yeah.
He's like just kind of making his way down the lane. He's about to turn at the top of the key.
His jersey, that's the Smithsonian, by the way. Is the first turbaned American to play. Yeah, that's in the Smithsonian. That's where that
Seems
picture's
like kind of a
taken.
random designation, but okay.
So someone sent out a I don't know if it was a tweet or a Facebook post, and it says, and it's got his picture there dribbling the basketball.
Yeah.
Nobody at school wants to guard Muhammad. He's too explosive.
Oh.
Damn it.
He's not even friggin' Muslim.
No.
He's like that Sikh is like a strain of Hindu.
Is that Indian? What?
Dot.
Just checking.
I had a professor, I had a world religion class at
Oh,
Western.
man.
So along with my badminton class there, I had world religion taught by a Sikh. And dude, he was full on, man.
Robes?
He wore like a robe type thing. Listen to this. The turban, but he also wore a dagger.
Get out of here.
Yes.
Like a knife?
A knife. Like a big dagger. like I don't know, a 14-inch dagger.
Wow.
And he like first, please do not be alarmed. This is part of my religion, and this is yeah.
What? And did he ever have to use it
He did not have to use it.
on any students or anything? Did
No.
he ever threaten? I would threaten.
No,
No?
but I wonder if like nowadays that
If
would
you could
fly.
do that?
Be a
Yeah,
big
that's
issue,
weird. So this guy was the co-captain of Trinity basketball team until 2008. He always played with his turban, but he had to get special permission to play with the headgear, as he and his mother call it. That's what him and his mom call it. That is special headgear.
Headgear.
He also had to petition the NCAA to allow him to keep his turban on during games. Even back then, he was subject to racist taunts. So anyway, this meme comes out like, Muhammad, no one wants to cover Muhammad. He's explosive. And so people are outraged. And they're going to bat for him. His friends are like, oh, man, yeah. He's what you might not know. Let's see. Let me tell you why this shit isn't funny. I know this guy. And his name's not Muhammad. He's not an Arab. He's Punjabi. He's not even a Muslim. He's a Sikh. His name is Darsh Singh, and he's a U.S. citizen born and bred. That jersey he's wearing in this pic. It currently sits in the Smithsonian.
Kind of a weird clash of culture, including the fact that he plays for Trinity College, which presumably is a Christian college.
Yeah, down in
Trinity.
San Antonio.
He's like wearing this basketball uniform, very American looking.
Doesn't it look like
garb? And then it's just like photoshopped, turbaned head on. It's.
I know this is going to sound monstrous, but if you said, "Oh, they took a terrorist and photoshopped his head onto a basketball jersey,"
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah, because you just don't see that.
You just don't see that much. I like that he mixes up the color though. He was wearing red for home games.
Hey,
and
yeah, he's wearing
white for away.
home.
Is that his home whites or is he
Home whites?
Okay, he's wearing his home white turban, and he's got his red turban as well.
Is that a school logo on the turban?
It's got a Nike swoosh.
Nike sponsored turban.
Could you imagine though if he's sweet? Don't you think people in the crowd start wearing it?
Oh, that's the first thing they do.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
wouldn't they?
Yes.
Especially college.
Yeah.
College kids.
And then is that offensive? Is that offensive?
I would think that's absolutely offensive. I don't know. Maybe not.
It
but
would be.
Yeah. So anyway, they
wonder if he's ever gone down the lane strong and somebody like went to block his shit and they accidentally like hit his turban off.
Dude.
What?
Like if we were on a 5-man rotation,
say, dude, that happened.
No. If we were on a 5-man rotation, starters, of course.
Yeah.
I'd put 5 on that. Like, dude, first guy to knock it off. Let's just see what's going on under there.
What's under there? Is he trying to change the subject?
Yeah.
I wonder.
Yeah, you don't know. It just shows the level, like that people have walked around forever like that, no problem. And now, this climate we're in today sucks. Yeah, it's shitty that people are going to send a meme like he sounds like a super nice guy. Everybody says great things about him.
Yeah.
And then I don't know where all these Sikhs are coming from, but 3 of them got booted out of a stadium last week.
Yeah, it's like our first Sikh story ever, and we have 2 in a day.
Yeah. This happened at they were harassed by security, denied entry into the Broncos Chargers game down at Qualcomm Stadium in San Diego. And so these 3 Sikhs show up there. Verinder Malhi explained to a guard. So they're like, hey, you with the fancy hat, get out of here.
You're not welcome.
We don't want your kind here. You're not welcome here at
It's
Qualcomm
America.
Stadium.
It's America.
It's America. Put on a baseball hat or beat it.
It'd be awesome if that's literally what he that was the guy.
He said, no, my religion prohibits me and my friends from removing the headgear. So the men were told the only way they were going to see the Broncos Charger game was if they do as they were told. So
Go home.
Yeah. So they asked them to beat it. The 4 friends were eventually allowed in Qualcomm Stadium, still wearing their turbans, but their humiliation was not yet complete. So they go out to their car and they're packing up their car, and someone sees them and they're like, oh man, what's he doing in that trunk over there? Look at that guy with that turban on. He's doing something in the trunk. And so they called police, and police came over with bomb sniffing dogs.
Oh, jeez.
And they're like, God damn it. We're Sikhs. We're not Arabs. And we're not trying to blow up Qualcomm Stadium.
Just want to watch a game.
Jesus Christ.
We're Sikhs, God damn it.
We get along. We're on your side. Like, we fight alongside you. Like, we're huge supporters of you. Quit fucking with us because of the beard and the turban.
Hindu, Muslim.
Yeah.
Different.
Look identical, but different.
Dude, I saw a turban pat down at the Costa Rica airport.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty minor. It was pretty light. I went in there and get the Nike swoosh. Perfect.
Put 32 on the back with an American flag.
Yeah, it was a very light pat down, man. I mean, he could, it's a turban. He could put anything in there.
He patted the
As we
turban
know
itself
from
down?
Professor Quirrell and Harry Potter, right?
No,
Dog?
not familiar. Crickets.
Am I wrong?
I don't remember his name.
God damn it!
I know who you're talking about because he had Voldemort under his turban. Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I'm not that far in the
growing. This is the first.
Yeah,
this is the first book, man.
Wow, I haven't gotten that far yet.
Yeah, I just bought it.
Damn it!
Just bought it. 30-year-old book. Just went out and got that today, as a matter of fact.
Wow, talk about Radio for One, by the way.
I was going to read it this weekend. So Cadogan.
Yeah, I guess whatever.
Voldemort's under the hat. Great.
He who shall not be named.
Oh, Voldemort?
Yeah. Voldemort.
Mort. Yeah. Oh, Mort. Sounds like a Jewish guy.
Hey.
Voldemort.
Voldemorty.
Wait, where were you going? You were going with that. We were talking about the
turban. Just the turban pat down. Yeah, it was very light. It was just kind of like, it was as if I was wearing a baseball hat and somebody just boom, 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 just put a couple.
So what is
to the head?
What's the problem, by the way, with taking it off for a second? Like, what happens? You like burst into flames? Like, what's the problem?
I don't know, but if it's
part of the religion?
Religiously required, I would think that would be a big problem. Kind of like asking us to take our pants down or something.
Okay. That thing. So
no, I think it's that big a deal.
People are outraged about this whole incident at the Broncos game. And I don't know. I'm just asking the question. Is it fair in the environment we're in today with heightened security everywhere to think that going to
there he is, man. Professor Quirrell, right?
That going to an NFL stadium where security is never tighter than it is at a ballpark, especially right now, that you just kind of expect that shit. Is that monstrous to think that? Because I know people are like, look at the profiling that went on here. They're just innocently putting their gear away in the trunk, and people call the police. But we get these such mixed messages of, if you see something, say something. If no information is too small. If you're not sure of something, say something. And
that's what's really hard. Like we have a free society, and every time it's like, how free do we need to give up some freedom to be completely safe?
Mm-hmm.
Like full freedom, not safe at all. take a little bit of freedom away. You're getting safer, a little bit more safer. It's like, where do we want to be on that scale?
Yeah.
So your point is it wrong to just be safe here and check out the turban men, the gentlemen in turbans?
Yeah. Or I don't even know if that, I mean to say
At
that.
least check on them.
It seems like it's not out of the question that you would want to do that. I'm personally more in favor. And if that means when I go through the airport, they fuck with me and pat me down, like whatever, I get it. Okay. Whatever. I have no problem with that. If they want to take the time to do that, like, I don't see that as like an infringement or being fucked with. It's just like, no, in the greater good of all our safety, I just don't see a problem with that.
But that's where you are on that scale, though. Somebody else is in a different spot.
Maybe, but I don't think it's right, like, to tell someone who doesn't know, like the thought is you either are fully aware of every religion in the world and understand the small things and differences between them. Because I know a lot of people are going, oh, the Sikh people are very peaceful and loving.
Yes,
and
they carry daggers, but that's
that's beside the
one,
point.
Jay, that was one.
No, they actually do.
Oh,
it's
really?
part of their religious
Okay.
garb. They don't all carry them, but it is a very regular thing.
But is it outrageous to think, like, if you didn't know, if you're not paying attention and you just see these guys with beards and turbans going into a stadium or doing something in the trunk that you're not familiar with, and you keep hearing this, law enforcement needs your help. We cannot do this alone. We do not have the manpower. We have to be vigilant, eyes everywhere. Be aware of your surroundings at all times. If you see something, just the best thing you can do is call it in. And then you saw what happened when people in San Bernardino, when neighbors were talking and talking to the press, going, yeah, we saw shit and we didn't want to be guilty of prejudice. We didn't want to look like we were profiling, so we didn't say shit. One phone call, open that garage door. They go look in that garage door and they see a bomb making factory, and 40 people are not dead or injured right now.
Dude, I think the only thing is, though, I think the problem with that is just like how we don't know what it's like to be driving pulled over while black or whatever. We can sit there and say, dude, what's wrong with being respectful and just showing it to your turban? But dude, when you do that every day, think about it. If you're going to the grocery store, you're going to the wherever, and everywhere you go, someone thinks that, it would start to, I'm just saying, though.
Totally, it would suck. It would suck.
It's not just one time. That's the problem. It's not just, this is just the game.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, but you know that if a report is made from someone, the police have to at least look at it. Now, I'm not saying Qualcomm security handled it right. You know, that seems like a fairly easy conversation, something, you know, and I get how that would be embarrassing, to like have to be pulled out of line for something, and you're just innocently going to the game. You've traveled 7 hours to go to this game with your buddies. You've got matching orange turbans on to support your Broncos. and now you're getting fucked with, and now the bomb sniffing dogs are coming. Like, yeah, that would suck. But in this environment right now, like, what do you do? What are you supposed to do? Maybe that's the question, is what do you expect them to do? Ignore it and go, no, we wouldn't want to offend anyone. That's not PC.
Do we want to be better safe than sorry, or where do we want to be on that scale?
Yeah, or you just a monster for even thinking that. I don't know what the answer is, but it happened. Poor bastards.
Hey, this segment's brought to you by Mayer and Company Accountants. Paying taxes sucks. The whole process is confusing and time-consuming.
Agreed.
And how? When's the last time you heard "and how"?
I don't know.
Why did I say that?
I don't know.
It's like Little Rascals. And how?
I like and how.
I do too.
I do. I'm a fan of and how. I'm going on record as saying that.
Okay.
Like, wow, do I love chocolate or something? Or no, that's
And how?
How?
Yeah. Say that right. Oh.
Was that a Rascals thing?
Yeah, that's where I first
Was it?
Or maybe Beaver and Wally.
No, I think you're right about the Rascals. Which one was it?
And how? I can picture like Spanky saying that.
Yeah.
Could be wrong. Let Kyle Mayer and his firm handle your personal or business taxes. We know that Big E has no clue where the bean even is, but Kyle Mayer, he counts beans for a living. Call Kyle at 248-521-0016. Tell him the Detroit Cast sent you. You'll get 10% off your year-end tax preparation fee.
Just see the NFL over the weekend has formed a new committee to look at the catch rule.
Heard a little bit about that and like some chatter about Calvin being involved in it.
Yeah, and Des Bryant maybe.
Yeah.
Two of the big ones, you know, obviously Des Bryant had the non-catch in the Green Bay game in the playoffs last year,
right?
Which the ball wiggled when he hit the ground. but clearly he had control of it. I mean, that was a catch. But if you remember, we got so jobbed the week before in the Dallas-Detroit playoff game.
Right. It was like, fuck you.
Fuck 'em. Yeah, see how it feels to get jobbed by the refs? See how that feels?
So what do they expect a player like this to lend to a committee? Like, yeah, that was a catch and shit.
Yeah, I caught that and shit.
Thank you, Des. You've been very, very helpful.
Yeah, that wasn't a bobble. That was a catch and shit.
Yeah.
And then Calvin will say the same thing. Yeah, I completed it and shit.
Yeah, that was my catch and shit. Thank you both. You've been great.
Calvin, Des, thank you so much for your time. Gentlemen.
Here are your briefcases.
Gentlemen, you have a good day.
So yeah, they've got, Roger Goodell has enlisted this group to study the nuances of what constitutes a catch. It consists of 6 members, including 3 former head coaches, Hall of Fame GM, Ken Wisenhunt, Jim Schwartz.
Ken Wisenhunt was just fired, right? From Tennessee. Tennessee head
job? He was Arizona's coach for a while.
Yeah, and then he went to Tennessee. We wanted him.
Where was he before? Was he Pittsburgh? Was he a Pittsburgh guy?
Maybe.
Like as an assistant
he was off
or something?
the tree of what's his name at Pittsburgh. That's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted him bad, and then he gets fired from
Tennessee
a minute ago. So he's on this committee. And then
wait,
Jim
not
Schwartz,
Tennessee, because Jeff has
Fisher's St. Louis.
Oh, that's right. You're right. Was he after Fisher then?
Yep.
So he followed Fisher at Tennessee.
I believe so.
Okay. You're right. Jim Schwartz seems like a weird one.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Philbin, Bill Polian. I like Bill Polian.
Mm-hmm.
He's
former Colts guy, right?
Yeah. Well, he was big with the Bills run too. He was the guy who built those Bills teams that went to the 4 Super Bowls.
God, dude, I heard an ad for 30 for 30 for that issue. That's just so unbelievable to think about again. Like, we lived through it, but to step back and go, they went to 4 straight Super Bowls and lost them all.
Yeah.
Oh.
I actually just started watching it today. Unfortunately, I didn't finish it, but it was pretty good so far.
Yeah, I saw it.
Dude, those were good teams.
They were, but you know what? That was in a period when the NFC was just dominating team. Like, they went through that string from the Niners of the 80s to the Cowboys of the 90s.
Yeah,
like they
was dog shit.
They were dog shit when it came to those Super Bowls. It was just a different class.
There was one really. I think their first one was super close. They lost in the
last
second
to
Norwood.
Giants, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it's like, well, okay, they're there next year. Maybe they'll get this one. No.
Yeah.
No. Remember they lost to Dallas. One of them, the Leon Lett play where Don Beebe ran after him and got this fumble.
Yep.
But I don't remember
the second one was Washington. Washington beat him, and I think that was an upset. I think the Bills were favored in that, right?
I'm not,
Is that a Mark Rippon team?
Had
to be, right? Or was that way after Rippon?
No, I don't think it was Rippon. Who was Hostetler playing for? Was he the Giant QB?
You're talking to the wrong person.
Yeah, Hostetler was like Giant. That. But maybe he went to the.
It might have been Rippon then. Might have been Rippon. And then who else did they lose to? Dallas twice, or did they lose to Dallas and then?
Could have been Dallas twice. Dallas was the shit at that
point. I know
Dallas
went to 3 straight. Yeah. Anyway, so also former receiver James Thrash, Tom Finnegan, and a former NFL side judge who's one of the guys that trains NFL referees that are coming into the league.
Seriously, how did they grab that group? Jim Schwartz? Like what? Just
I don't know.
Hey, I got $10K for anybody who wants to take part in this. Yeah, I'll do it. Sure.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
It seems like an easy committee to be on. Like, I mean, I feel like I could sit on that committee. You know what I mean? Like, what are they going to come up with? I mean, I think they're looking at it too. They're being too critical of something. You know?
Well, I think the whole rule has been kind of looked at too closely. The criticism is dude, come on, that was a catch, right?
Yeah.
Usually we're like, when they're overturning catches, like, come on.
Yeah. We know
totally
what a catch
caught
looks
that.
like. And I get it when you're talking about slow motion and everything looks like he's got it for 20 seconds and it happens in the blink of an eye. I get that kind of thing. And I think the change that they made years ago that was good was when a guy made a catch. Remember when they would go and they would slow it down to micro frame it, and they'd show a guy, and if any part of the ball touched a blade of grass, the ball hit the ground and it was an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
that was annoying as shit. Was like, is his hand under the ball and blah, blah, blah. He's got a finger under the ball. Is there grass hitting it? And it's like, dude, he caught the fucking ball. He's sliding on his belly. What do you want him to do? And when they changed that to say that if you've got control of the ball, if it's not moving around at all, if you actually have it, it can touch the grass. It's okay. I think that was as far as they needed to go with that. And then it's just a judgment call every time that play happens. I don't think you have to have this like,
Where are they going to solve?
Yeah, I don't know. But I don't think you need to box it into, well, did he make a football move? Did he? I mean, I think if you're in the end zone with control of the ball and 2 feet on the ground, it's a touchdown. Like anything else is like, dude, the instant that ball touches the plane of the end zone, it's over. It's a touchdown.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing I've never gotten. Like, dude, you can literally be out of bounds and have the ball just tap the pylon, and that's a touchdown. But yet, like you said, with these catches, where it's like the most minor, it moved just a minor amount. It's not a catch, and it's like, dude.
Yeah, it's in flux until it's past there because it's in the air. So I understand the reasoning, but it's frustrating to see. Like Calvin killed you because it's like he totally could have just done more. You know?
Yeah,
he had it in control. He just kind of. I don't know.
I'll never forget that. I don't know. Even though it's just a regular season game.
I had never heard of that. As complete the process.
Dude, I was watching with Ty, and I remember we were celebrating, and then all of a sudden they were reviewing it. I remember just going like, "What? What are they reviewing?" And then they, like you said, belted that out, and I was like, "What the fuck does that mean?"
Yeah, it was a new thing that no one had ever heard of.
Right.
And then they've been stuck trying to defend it for 5 years.
I know.
For 5 years, they had to make a new rule, the Calvin Johnson rule. Des Bryant, they'll be talking about those plays for years.
Yeah. This all goes to kind of why I'm losing interest in football. I think I mentioned this a couple weeks ago. It's turning into just, it's so slow. And I know that's cliche to say, oh, the replays and all that. That's not just it though. It's all these little nitpicky, nuanced little things. Like, just play a fluid game, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm tired of all this stop and then look at it and then, 2 more seconds of action. Oh, we're going to go to commercial for 5 minutes, come back and kick off then. And then we're going to do another commercial. It's like, come on. I need more fluidity to my sports watching.
No, I totally understand that. That's my favorite sport on the planet. So you're not going to get me to stop watching it, but I do understand that. And a lot of times we'll have 2 games going at once, and when one goes to commercial, I'm over to the next one.
Yeah.
And within no time, you're just blowing through. I haven't watched a commercial in a football game, and I can't tell you how long. I just fast forward right through them. But dude, it's kickoff, go to break, come back, have a series, punt, go to break. It's constant.
It must be so weird for, how they play those games in England, like for that game to go over there, and they're pretty informed now because they had NFL Europe and they've had several of these NFL games. But it must have been such a strange thing for them for Europeans to first see this, be like, God, this is a disjointed game. This is so odd how they just stop and start and stop, start, wait.
Yeah.
It's just a weird thing if you really think about it. And we've talked about it before, and they've done this, like what's the average actual playing time? 20 minutes or something, or not even 17 minutes of actual like field move. Players are moving on the field before the whistle blows. To me, it's losing me, man.
Yeah, well, it lost you a long time ago. But if the Lions were dominant, if they were a decent team and putting out a good product, I don't think it'd lose you.
Well, I like the Spartans, right? So I'm watching them, but it's still, I find myself like, dude, this is killing me, all the waiting.
Yeah, you need to get cable again so you can have TiVo or DVR where you can just
I think you're right.
Let the game go for 20 minutes while you're cooking lunch, and then sit down and you got 20 minutes to just boop, 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 and just fast forward through all that horse shit.
I get it. That's what I used to do, and maybe that is what's missing.
Yeah. So anyway, I just don't know what this committee is going to come up with. They just
formed a committee just to get on top of
it. Dude, I thought of you. with, there's outrage somewhere. So
form a committee.
Get a committee going. Okay.
They'll make some findings and then publish those findings.
Yes, they will.
Well, I don't know what they're going to do, but is it just me, or does it seem like, and I know you guys don't watch the Lions anymore. You guys are soccer fans, right?
I've never said that I'm
not just referring to soccer when I say fluidity too. Like hockey is a much more fun sport for me to watch.
I actually,
hockey's great.
I am more enjoying watching the Wings for sure than the Lions. I mean, I know we've talked about it enough already, so I get it. But I told my dad today, I literally would never have thought there'd been a time in my life where I went to him at like 4 o'clock before I went to this thing before here, and I literally just asked him, "Did the Lions win or lose today?" I didn't even.
Moving on. It's
I
a
had
beautiful
forgotten
thing.
when that Thursday night game was, and if they had a game. I actually asked them, "Did they play today?" Because I'd forgotten when the Thursday night was, and if this was their bye, were they off because of that game? And I just never would have thought that would have ever happened.
Yeah, well,
but I haven't done it with Michigan.
It's so irritating, and I hate blaming refs, but it feels like you can't not have the discussion like that. And you guys probably didn't see it, but there was a play in that game where they called a what is the chop block.
I heard about it
on Theo Riddick, and it was a play that Golden Tate caught a ball or an end around, whatever he had, got down to the 7-yard line or something, 1st and goal, and they call this chop block and brought the Lions back to their side of the field, 30-yard line.
Oof.
Wow.
Turns into a 70-yard penalty or something, and it's absolute phantom horse shit. Like, they just thought they saw something, some sort of an illusion. Like, he went low, and well, again, the chop block is if one guy's engaged being blocked and someone else comes in low on a guy. You can't do that. This guy was just free range coming around, and Theo Riddick just shot him low, and they threw a 15-yard penalty on it and took 1st and goal at the 7 going in a tight ball game to 1st and 100.
Right.
And they punted, and they never and it was like that just happened, and you're just like on the fucked end of that. Okay, I guess that's what happened there. Okay, and the team never really recovered from that, and it's like, dude, it just seems like more often than not the Lions are on the shit end of something like that, and and it's one thing if you go, oh, they fumbled or they did something to shoot themselves in the foot, they got some weird holding call that they're guilty of, and you go, God damn it, this team, they always do that. But it seems like more often than not, they're on the end of some weird, we need to have a new rule now in the league because the Lions are just
like the Seattle guy who punched the ball out of the end zone, right?
Right. The Calvin Johnson rule, the playoff game. It just seems like in these big moments when this team's trying to get something going and they just don't need someone else shooting them in the foot.
Dude, the thing is, though,
I don't know what you do about it.
I'm hearing on national radio when I talk, about everybody, right, about all NFL reffing, right? In general, it's brutal. Worse than it's ever been. I don't know what the reasoning is, but everyone seems to agree that the NFL reffing right now is as bad as it's ever been. I don't know the reason, but it is. And real quick, by the way, I just want to say, football has not lost me because I've not stopped watching Michigan. The Lions lost me. I know Jay's kind of having this thing about football, but the Lions lost me, not football. I have never stopped watching Michigan football every Saturday.
Yeah.
It's just the Lions.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I know. Thank you.
No, I don't want to be a hater. I know a lot of people out there love the Lions, and that's good. My message is
the sport.
My message is there's something else, man. There's something else for you to do out there. Don't let them get you down.
Yeah.
Watch them. If that's your thing, watch them, but God, don't let them get you down.
Yeah. Well, too late for that. I don't know what you do because I agree. I don't want more stoppage time, but it seems like in those moments where in the blink of an eye with 50 cameras on the game in high def and Zoom capabilities the way they are, you can right a wrong in an instant so easily. And having this thing where certain things are reviewable and certain aren't, when it's one of those where it's like, no, you just flat fucked them on something huge. Why can't you go back and look at that? I'm not talking about subjective holding calls. I'm talking about something where you've just flat blown it and really fucked something up.
Sports, man, the Galarraga perfect game. I don't know. Yeah, it's confounding.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, Black Friday's history, but the incredible savings at Zott Ford and Holly are not. Right now, lease a new 2016 Ford Fusion SE for $186 per month. Sign and go, zero cash out of pocket. Or lease a new 2016 Ford Escape SE for $198 per month. Sign and go. Again, zero cash out of pocket. Hurry down to I-75 and exit 98 to take advantage of Zott Ford's holiday bonus cash before it's gone.
Oh, should we take a break?
I think we should, Mike.
I feel like I'm getting worked up.
You did get worked up there a little bit. You got your hoodie on. You're probably kind of hot underneath there.
I get so mad because I know you don't give a fuck.
Lights.
And that makes it even more infuriating that you don't give a fuck.
Because you see the freedom I have
No,
now?
dude, because I know what a super fucking fan you were for your whole life. And it drives me nuts that I can't have these talks with you and see you get passionate about it. That pisses me off. and I don't have a family to lean on and kids to fuck off with. I don't have that luxury. I have this. And so it really bothers me when you see your team that you love and you want to root for, and you see them start to get something going. You're like, God damn it. Really? It gets, I'm just like, oh, they kill themselves. They don't need your help.
Dude, just have fun with it, though. Don't get upset about it. Mike, just look at it and go, holy shit, that's amazing. Like, I can't even believe it.
I can't do that. I'm too passionate.
You have to. You have to be.
I used to paint my face every game, and I have for years already. Now it's been 2 or 3, 4 years now where I just started laughing as opposed to getting mad.
You have to, dude. You have to turn it into a different emotion and just chuckle and be like, well.
It feels different with the Lions. Like I've been a 49er fan my entire life. My whole family has. I watched a quarter and a half of the 49er game today and went, no, that team is playing and they look like such shit. I'm not wasting my time with it. Not doing it. And I shut it off. But the Lions feels, and I get it. They've lost half their team. They got injuries they're dealing with. And it's like, yeah, they're just a bad football team. So I'm not going to waste my time with that right now. The Lions seem like a different cursed element thing that I just can't, it's unexplainable. It's not explainable what's going on, and it's fucking infuriating.
You know what? Yes, it is explainable, because here's the thing I said to Jay, I think it was the other day or something, we were talking about the Tigers. You know, I know the NFL has a cap, so you can't just spend as much money as you want. You're very limited. Having said that, Mike Ilitch this offseason, now I don't know how they're going to work or how these players are going to work out, but he went to it, what's his name, who's running the general manager, and said, I want to win.
El Avila.
Alava or whatever. Give me the players that are going to
Fontez situation.
Oh, I know.
Give me the players that are going to win. I want to win. And if I go over the luxury tax, I go over. Do you ever get that feeling from the Lions? All I ever hear from press people is, well, yeah, they want to win. Okay, so what? I've never ever got the feeling that they're like,
not really,
we want to win.
You cannot accuse this organization of not spending money.
But they spend it wrong. They're too loyal. They don't.
Agreed, but they spend it. They're not like the Cardinals from the 80s who fucking put locks on their fridges so players had to pay for beverages. They're not a cheap organization.
That's not my point, though.
They did.
The Lions
back in the 70s, 70s, early 80s, they were famous for.
But they're not now.
Oh, I know. You can't say that for the last 30
but you
years.
can do
moves
things
that they've made. The league worldwide, people all across the board have thought they're making the right moves in a lot of cases. They don't work. How do you have an 11-5 team one year and then absolutely fucking suck the next? It just doesn't make sense without a boatload of injuries and I don't know. It's just
that was 11-5, and it is. I hate when people say like 11-5 is 11-5. You win the games, but dude, how many games last year did they have? They came back at the last second. I mean, they could
you
easily
could say that for a lot of teams.
Yeah, so
I'm a champion. It's crazy, isn't it?
It is.
That's never been uttered by Martha Ford.
Probably never will be either. God damn it. I want to see a championship in my lifetime in Detroit. Is that so much to ask for? I've only got, 10 years left?
It's my dream, dude.
What do I have? 10 good years left?
At best, Mike. At best. You had a 2,000-calorie burger.
Fuck.
How old are you again?
On Saturday.
I've probably got less than 10 years left. Dude, there's no way. It's not going to happen in my lifetime. Ugh.
It's my biggest dream, dude. I'm telling you that if the Lions went to... I've always said if they went to the Super Bowl and had the parade, man, I don't care what my job is. I'll be at that parade that day. It's the thing I want the most in sports, but I just don't think it's going to happen.
All right, let's take a break. E's worked up. I'm worked up. Jay doesn't give a shit. This is great. We'll be right back.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hey there, it's Steve Gabarra, the general manager at Zodfort and Holly. The holidays have arrived, and in addition to our favorite jolly fat man paying us all a visit, Zodfort is offering our once-a-year holiday bonus cash. Believe it or not, December is the #1 month for buying or leasing a new car. Truly the best deals of the entire year. For example, right now, lease the all-new 2015 Ford Edge SE for $274 a month, sign and go. In other words, zero cash due at signing. Simply sign your name and ride. Hurry down to Zott Ford at I-75 and exit 98 to take advantage of our once-a-year holiday bonus cash and get your 2015 Edge for just $274 a month. Sign and go. Check out our tantalizing deals and massive inventory at ZottFord.com.
Hey, it's me, one of the football gods. I could make your team's season or break it. And there's no better place to catch me in action than Twin Peaks. That place is football heaven, and I should know. I'm a god. At Twin Peaks, you won't find the standard menu of frozen foods that go out of a bag and into a fryer. You'll find the best kitchen in sports. It's making everything from scratch, right down to their ranch. My thoughts exactly. So spend this season at Twin Peaks. I command it.
Frosty the pervert, in a trench coat he did go to the schoolyard to expose his dick and balls made out of snow. Frosty the pervert, all the kids he liked to watch. His dick did grow when he packed snow on his cold and icy crotch. There must have been some magic when he stroked his frozen meat, 'cause Frosty started moaning loud and it began to sleet. Frosty the pervert was as glad as he could get. He threw away his corncob pipe and lit a cigarette. Frosty the pervert didn't want to go to jail. He began to run while dripping cum, and the cops picked up his trail. Down to the village, his dick melting in his hand, running here and there all around the square, yelling, "Catch me if you can." They chased him down the streets of town right to a vice squad cop, who shoved a nightstick up his ass, and Frosty screamed, "Don't stop, ooh!" Frosty the pervert was locked up that very day, but he did not cry as he waved goodbye, knowing he'd be back someday. Eating his meat all over the street, look at Frosty go. Sliding his hands all over his glands, his cum is white as snow.
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome back to the Detroit Cast on a Monday with Mike and Jay. A lot left to do in the show. You enjoying the warm weather, by the way?
Dude, it's a game changer.
Yeah.
To me, like mentally.
Yeah.
I mean, to go into winter and be all depressed and already have snow and cold and shit, that'd be bad.
Yeah.
That'd be good. And I get it. Everybody wants the white Christmas thing.
No, not everybody. Not everybody wants
Screw
that.
the white Christmas.
Yeah.
I know that's old man to say. Yeah,
you
see.
do.
See, he likes to think he likes everybody to think he's 15 though.
But but in my mind though, I would be fine if it didn't snow until a few days before Christmas. I don't need it now, so I'm happy with this weather.
And what would that do for your Christmas if it was white?
Like it. It's
picturesque,
I guess. I don't know how it is in the movies.
Oh God.
I don't know.
This is great, man. I had the Costa Rica trip. Now it's like we're cheating winter. I feel like it's
nice.
Did you get out today, Mike?
No,
Tell me you got outside. It's a crime.
I know. You know what? I didn't. I worked on the show and then I wanted to watch football, so I didn't really.
Should have got out.
I got outside for 1 second to shoo a squirrel who was fucking around at the door. He had a big nut and he kept tripping on it. And then he got up on the garbage can outside and I was like, "Hey, you get out of here!"
Like a nut,
big nuts, or
right?
a nut in his
Like
mouth?
No, he had a nut in his mouth.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say. I mean, you're not gonna stop him from tripping if he's just got big nuts. It's
No.
the way he's built.
I don't know where he got it. The thing was huge. Now he was a wee little fella. He was. I mean, he was, as far as rats with bushy tails go, he was a wee one, but not a monk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, even a blind squirrel can find a nut, as you know.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Hey, do you want to sell your home with a competitive edge? Give potential buyers a huge incentive and sell your home with a new car in the garage. Right now, when you list your home with Krista Jelski, her and Zott Ford will arrange for the buyer of your home to have a brand new Ford sitting in their garage on closing day. Check out Krista's website at kristasellshouses.com or call her anytime at 586-918-0900 and ask for Ms. Jelski.
Ms. Jelski. I'm not going to do it. Maybe later. Maybe next time. I feel like we swear a lot on this show.
Well, I don't think.
Would you agree with that
yes,
statement?
We probably do.
I don't know if a lot is the right word, but I found this interesting that people who frequently swear are more likely to have a bigger vocabulary than their clean-tongued peers.
Ooh.
Research has revealed.
That's counterintuitive, I would say.
Isn't that? I always thought it was the opposite.
Yeah.
It's really the opinion that most people...
Sounds very uneducated when you swear. No, we're just using flowery language, right?
That's right. A colorful tongue does not mean the talker is lazy or uneducated, a study published in the Language Sciences Journal found. Instead, those who are more confident using taboo words are more articulate and are more articulate in other areas.
Oh, so you have to use them confidently. Like, God damn it!
Oh, like when I yell "fuck you" to you, is that confident?
That's sometimes confident, yeah.
There we go. See,
it's more of a spaz than confidence.
How dare you?
How
dare you?
Fuck
you, man.
It sounded genuine and confident.
There we go.
The experiment asked participants to say as many swear words as they could think of in 30 seconds.
Wow.
And then they were asked to do the same with animals.
So name as many swear words in 30 seconds and then name as many animals as you can in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
And those who knew the most swear words were more likely to name the most animals as well.
I don't know that. I feel like I don't know that means that you have a bigger vocabulary just because in that study to me.
Those who used the taboo words were able to make the nuanced distinctions and could use language expressively. They wrote in this study, we cannot help but judge others on the basis of their speech. Unfortunately, when it comes to taboo language, it is a common assumption that people who swear frequently are lazy, do not have an adequate vocabulary, lack education, or simply cannot control themselves. The overall finding of this set of studies that taboo fluency is positively correlated with other measures of verbal fluency undermines the normal view of swearing.
Interesting.
Speakers who use taboo words understand their general expressive content as well as nuanced distinctions that must be drawn to use slurs appropriately. The ability to make nuanced distinctions indicates the presence of more rather than less linguistic knowledge.
Interesting. Very interesting. E?
What do you think? You want to try it?
I don't
See
know
how many swear words.
you know what's funny? I don't know how many swear words I mean, I can try, I guess. I don't know.
Well, anything counts as a swear word. That's
ass. I mean, is that a swear word?
Hold on. Let's time you. I'll keep tick marks. And don't repeat them. Kadog, can you watch the watch for 30 seconds? Or are you gonna start the timer?
I'll start a stopwatch.
Okay.
Let me know when, I suppose.
Do not repeat.
As soon as you start, I'll hit start.
Okay.
Start. You want to do
Listen
swear
for
words
repeats.
first or animals?
Let me do swear words first.
Okay.
Okay. Fuck, shit, ass, cunt, bitch, twat, pussy, dick, bullshit. I guess maybe that's shit.
No, that
okay. Fuck. I already said fuck. Dude, I'm not saying that many. I can't. I'm tired. I'm drawing a blank, dude. Honestly, I don't know where am I at here.
You are linguistically unathletic.
I guess so.
You've got 9.
That's it.
3 seconds left.
Yeah, I couldn't, dude. I'm not.
Oh,
you blanked a little bit. You blanked a little bit.
I needed to do this on. I think.
No, I think this is a good day. I think you're pretty sharp today.
No, I'm not. But
I feel that way too. Let's try the animals.
Yeah, animals are
anything.
Okay,
you can
fine,
like
fine.
different types of dogs, cats, like anything.
I don't
it doesn't
name
have
dogs.
to be
I don't know dogs though. I don't. Whatever. Go.
Ready?
Sure. Cat, dog, bird, squirrel, rat, mouse, snake, elephant, giraffe, lion, tiger, puma. That's not what I meant, right?
That's a good one. No, that's good.
Oh, okay. Owl, mosquito, mosquito, bee, titmouse.
Nice. The tufted variety.
Whale. Okay.
We'll give him whale.
Okay.
We'll give him whale.
Got 18. So 9 and 18.
That's not bad. I'm shocked that you would know twice as many animals as swear words.
I just could not think of different swear words. I don't know what it was. Honestly.
Time me.
Sure.
Just watch.
I'm just gonna do it by this. Here, we'll give you 20. We'll do it when it gets to
45.
Go.
Fuck, shit, piss, cunt, cocksucker, bullshit, ass, asshole, jizz bucket, motherfucker, dick face, dick licker, cock knocker, butt pirate, blowjob, tits, titties, titty fuck, bitch, bastard, boner, ass hat, ass wipe, twat, camel toe, cum, cock knocker, gay wad, god damn it, nutsack, muff.
Done.
Wow. I'll give you.
What was that? 15, 17?
I had 39.
Holy hell, dude!
Wow.
So he.
I thought some of those were. I think some
you.
of those were a little. Yeah, but I think some of those were.
I was listening
when you say
for
ass face. I think that's.
Those are swear words.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's it. Well, whatever.
Okay, let's do animals, Mike.
All right. Ready?
Give me like 5 seconds. Go.
Weimaraner, ferret, black bear, Akita, basset hound.
Are you looking at
bat,
something?
Wombat, Chiquita, Chihuahua,
Oh.
cat, black cat, tiger,
Whoa.
blue whale, tiger shark, great white shark, golden retriever, chipmunk, rat, beaver,
Nice.
dodo,
Ooh.
rattlesnake.
Done. Dude, black cat and black cat are not two different
Yeah,
animals.
we should probably get rid of you. You should have said puma, or you should have said
it did
what do
kinda
you call it? Panther.
Oh, that's what I was thinking when I said black cat.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the image on the firecrackers. Isn't the black cat?
Oh,
isn't
yeah,
that a
that's black
panther or is it a black kitten?
It says black cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Jay, you want to try it?
I'll try it. Are you ticking for me, or are you gonna?
I can tick for you.
I'll do the clock. I'm better at looking
right.
at numbers.
Okay.
Let's I don't know, I guess here, wait 7 seconds. I'm sorry.
No. Okay. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go.
Shit, piss, dick, ass, asshole, cock, cocksucker, fucker, motherfucker, boner, dick licker, homo, faggot, butt fuck, fuck face, pin, dick, prick, balls, testicles, rim job, douche, pussy.
Is he out?
No.
Vagine,
Testicles.
cunt, titty fuck, twat, Shit ass, shit bag.
Done.
Shit ass and shit bag.
I know there was a few there.
I think that counts. I don't think there's any.
I think using, to me, the word anything, like once you say shit, I think that's it. Unless it's bullshit, which is its own entity. I don't like the fake of shit.
I think it counts as a swear word.
Derivatives of shit.
Personally, but
well, you're
whatever.
severely limiting the list of. Okay.
Yeah.
So once you say titty, you can't say titty fuck.
No, that's bullshit. I did.
I think in my mind, like I think you could say shit and bullshit because bullshit is everyone uses bullshit as a different thing, but you can't say shit and then shit faced like or something.
I don't think that's true.
All right, let's start at 10.
Doesn't matter.
Start at 10.
Yeah,
okay.
that's fine.
And go.
Tiger, lion, seal, monkey, red-faced baboon, whale, sheep, starfish, hammerhead shark, swan, long-eared owl, horned owl, yak, toucan, painted turtle, jellyfish, rhino, moose, meese, millipede, coatimundi, liger, llama, dromedary, camel, penguin, goose, duck, python, bumblebee.
Did I hear a liger?
Yeah. I mixed liger and tiger. Yeah.
Very good. I wasn't keeping track.
Damn it.
Number.
So now we don't know a true winner.
Right. I think Jay won on animals for sure.
I was the only one ticking, so hopefully someone at home ticked. Send us our scores.
It is on tape. I guess we could always go back.
Yeah.
Are you happy with your score, E?
No.
9 and 9.
Do you want to try again?
Not really, but I just don't.
Linguistics maybe isn't your strong point, E. You have many strong points, many strengths.
I would say no.
Maybe not.
I disagree on that on some level. I think honestly, I just don't think I'm not very clever with swearing for sure. I don't do a lot of crazy.
How about with thinking of animals?
I think I could have even done better, but I thought that was all right.
Yeah, 18 and 30 seconds.
I don't know.
Okay.
18 wasn't bad.
Not bad, I guess.
It's not bad.
Although I will say your guys' scores are almost more impressive, all added on to the fact that I feel like I went and I don't feel like you guys. I think it would have been harder. I feel like I would have had in my mind, maybe you didn't think about it, but in my mind, if you guys went, I would feel like I had
you couldn't use them.
Right.
No. You can't think like that, E.
Yeah. I know, but I don't know. That's how
it's got to go for it.
That's right. Got to go for it.
A Florida woman attacked a cop. She was caught on camera attacking this guy. It's at the DMV, which is there any more stressful place on the planet to be than the DMV?
Dude, I'll tell you what, Secretary of State has vastly improved over the last 10 years. Would you agree with me? I would say more than 10 years. Like if you go back,
yeah,
I'm 42 right now. So I've been driving how long? 26 years.
Yeah.
Dude, I bet you go back between that 16 and 25.
Yeah.
It was awful, right? But since then, I've felt pretty okay about going.
It's okay. Quick. It's better if you're just going to like renew your tabs now with electronic abilities.
Yeah, you don't go in and do that shit.
Yeah. But even if you do, there's like a printout thing. You can just go up like an ATM and put your information in and then a credit card and it spits out your tab.
Right.
And you don't have to wait in that horrible line.
The thing you can't avoid, right, is when you need a new license. I think every 8 years, 6 or 8 years.
Yeah, you have to go in for that because I think.
But the last couple I've done, like no problem.
Which is weird. Like in Arizona, like if you look at G's license, it expires in like 2050. It's like you have a license like for life almost. It's weird.
Wow.
I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's not like here. So yeah, this chick, I don't know what she was bitching about or why she got into a fight. Her name's Eleanor Stern. And she gets into it with this cop here who shows great restraint, in my opinion.
Really?
Like I would have absolutely blasted this chick. Yeah.
She's wearing a skirt.
I was just going to say.
Really short.
Yeah.
Is she in high heels and shit? Oh,
dressed up to go to the DMV.
Yeah.
Yes, here.
So some dude next in line is filming from behind. He's like, oh, this is getting heated. So he throws it in portrait and goes. Here comes the cop.
Yep.
Big dude.
He's like, you got to go.
Listen to me.
Oh, she kicked him.
Kicked him in the balls.
Oh.
Down you go, bitch. You can't even
Are we
fight.
there's got to be some exposure here.
I'm shocked there wasn't, Jay. I was praying for it too, a little titty exposure.
What does she think she's going to...
Like in hockey, pull the shirt over the head.
He really is showing restraint. I mean, he could crush her like a bug.
Yeah. An old bird run away. Oh, Lord, it's getting scary in here.
Come on. You want to go? You want to go?
But here's one, though. You could excuse something more than what he's doing, because this is the type of bitch who would grab his gun, right?
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Taser ass.
Yeah, taser, mace, or something. Shoot her.
Look at her, dude. She's on her back just kicking at him. What a mess. What a mess.
She says, I'm leaving.
Classy.
I'm not going to jail.
I'm trying not to hurt your feet.
Wow. That was classy, man.
And then the filming goes to shit.
Yeah, why does this happen? Everything was going splendidly in terms of, oh, yeah, you're in portrait. That sucks. But...
Get these things off me. If you let me go, I won't make a scene. Sorry, sweetheart.
Oh, that ship has sailed.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, a little late for that.
She covered about 30 feet of that floor, right? Just in terms of her on her back kicking and flailing. And that was a scene.
Yep. She faces 1 count of resisting arrest without violence. Without violence. That seemed rather violent to me.
Yeah. First thing she did was kick at his nuts, right?
Yeah.
She absolutely kicked him in the nuts. I think at that point, all bets are off.
He really was restrained.
Yeah. Did you look at her Facebook, Kadog? Pull up photos of her. I think she thinks she's hotter than she is.
Yeah. Is
that
her presenting?
Yeah,
she's laying on a couch presenting.
That's kind of nice. Would you? Yeah.
I mean, go to other photos. But...
She's kind of a selfie whore.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty wacky there.
I don't know what that is. Yeah, enough with the rose petals. She claims to be a model. One of those. She loves getting that camera about a foot above her head and taking a picture back at herself, doesn't she?
She sure does.
She is on the pole.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whatever, I guess.
There's some real goofy pictures.
Definitely.
Some are very goofy.
Look at I'm so happy that she's
Paris,
right.
Man.
Thank God. Thank the Lord.
I mean, there's some where she looks pretty good, but others she looks really wacky.
Yeah, she definitely thinks she's hotter than she is. Yeah, but she has her moments, like Jay said. I mean, I'd definitely fuck her still, but what does that mean?
Is that her dad? Her proud papa?
God, Sully.
Yeah,
I could not believe those have taken off like that. You know,
what?
I don't know. Salvi, like, it's one thing to me when you're at the Lions game and you kind of hold them out, maybe, and it's like, my buddy's at the line. But the ones that are flat out, how these girls are now, with just flat out, it's just your face. Like, oh, I'm in the bathroom. I'm in the car. It's like,
oh my God, you're so beautiful.
I just can't.
Love.
I just don't get it, I guess.
Stupid comments. Just fishing for that, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
We're
just,
well, you always
God,
see these
such
dudes.
a beauty.
And that's the other thing. You'll see, I have a few, I don't know how I became friends with them. They're just, I think at one point a friend requested some hot chicks for some, just for obvious reasons. And they'll post a picture of them in their bra and panties or something. And of course, then 20 dudes, gorgeous. I'm always like, dude, what are you going to?
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. That's a little off the topic, but.
No, not really.
But
it is funny how that's taken off.
But
it's just such an ego society, and like, look at me, everybody, look at me. I never would have thought so many people in the general public would want
and
the attention
not
that
like
they all do. And it seems like younger people, and maybe we would have been the same way. Maybe if we had access to
but dude, the thing with selfies
cameras like that,
it's not just high school girls. Scroll on. I know Jay hates the booger, but scroll on that book.
Fuck the book.
No, but you go scroll around it and you see.
Stop saying fuck the book.
40-year-olds and somewhere Zuckerberg's gonna hear this and shut us down. Shut them down. How dare someone?
He's too busy giving billions away.
But you'll see 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, taking selfies in the car, and I just can't believe it. Again, to me, I don't really consider, like I said, to me, if you're at the state game, like I said again, and you kind of hold it off, but like the games behind you, I almost don't consider that
event,
a selfie, right?
Yeah.
The ones that it's just your face, just
I always feel like an asshole taking one of them.
Purpose.
Yeah, and that's why it's tough for me because I know we do a lot of stuff like that, but I feel like at least
there's a purpose.
There's a purpose, yeah, and maybe there's not much difference in that in reality.
I disagree, and also again, dude, like I take what I would maybe quote unquote would be considered a lot of selfies, but like it's kind of Jay said, there were events like, hey, I'm at Vegas with my buddies. I have never even ever for a second thought about literally just taking a picture of my face, just like I'm in the car.
Yeah. No, and
have you been filmed recently singing? And,
yes, yeah? I have.
What was going on this weekend? You were hammered, weren't you?
Yeah. God.
Where were you? The Kennedys?
No, this was a buddy's house, a friend's house.
Chris?
No.
Chris McQueen?
A female friend, believe it or not.
Oh,
not really.
wow.
Not really I guess that's the best way to describe it. A female friend.
Yeah. So you didn't hit it.
No. No.
Isn't there an episode many moons ago where he declared he cannot have any girlfriends and it's stupid people who think they do?
I would stand with that. I would say that I have the word acquaintances. Like I would say that those people are acquaintances, but the reality is,
do they know that you don't consider them a friend?
Oh, it comes up all the time on a very regular basis because they'll say like, "Oh, we are friends," and I've always like, "No." Yeah. So, but I did have a fun time. I had fun time nonetheless.
So how come you can sing with them but you can't sing with us?
I think
10 beers.
I think a few Budweisers changed that for some reason. I don't know why.
You sounded good too. I
sounded so bad.
No.
I listened to one of them and I was just like, "Oh my God, that is horrible."
I totally disagree.
You know, the one person there, I will say that one of the people I was there with.
I think it's on the Detroit Cast page, Kadog, where it was.
Yeah, it is. Oh, this was.
This is different. I haven't seen
this.
This
isn't singing. This is don't.
I need to show it to you on YouTube now. At this point,
don't worry about that one.
Yeah, these little clips and portraits. Somebody's got to learn how to do this better. There he is.
Oh no!
There's my man.
Look at my man rocking up.
I would just need to show it to you on YouTube now. At this point.
Oh my God!
What are you singing?
That is fucking a Reba McEntire song.
Oh boy! Then play that again.
One of them, I'm singing a Dixie Chicks song too, I believe.
His air guitar.
Oh my Lord! You want to hear a moment where you maybe in some moment in your head think you're okay or you're having fun, and then you hear it the next morning, and if there was ever a point where I thought I was a good singer,
I didn't think it sounded that bad. It's pretty good. I'd like to hear some more of it.
Yeah.
I think a big problem there is you didn't know the words. Heart is a lonely what? And then you did the
yeah, I was kind of mumbling. I didn't know that song that well.
Yeah, heart is a lonely what?
I don't remember.
No idea.
I know the song, but I don't know the words, honestly. But that one of those people there, I will say, every time we end up hanging out, it always, if we're drinking, it always turns into just 90s country on Pandora, and us sitting there singing 90s country songs with each other. So
you know what the problem with your singing is, E?
That it's awful?
No, you have no confidence behind what you're doing. It's like you're aware of everything else in the room.
I know.
You don't want to make a fool of yourself, and so you don't go for it.
You're probably right.
The key to that is just going for it,
Should we
man.
give him a chance to do that
I'm
right now?
I'm not.
I'm in favor
there,
of you.
Delilah. I mean, I'll suffer through a "Hey There, Delilah." If
we could pull Reba up again, you know, whatever he wants.
Well, we don't even know what that was. Heart is a lonely what?
I could tell you the name of the song, but there it is.
Heart is a lonely hunter. Okay.
Yeah, see if you can get the non-live version.
I don't want to sing this song. I really don't.
No, you should.
I do not want to. I don't have confidence in my singing ability.
But you need to close your eyes and just go for it.
I don't want to do that.
Come on, E.
If I couldn't do it when I was drunk, I'm not going to do it sober now.
Not gonna.
Can't do it. Won't do it.
Yes, I'm not going to do it. I'm not a singer.
Dude, you can do this.
I know I can't. I know I can't. Can we please not have me sing?
I don't even know the tune.
Never heard
I'd be
of it.
all over it.
Ugh. Hate it already. E, what are you doing?
You know what? It's one of those things where it wasn't my favorite song necessarily, but I really obviously enjoy 90s country. So songs that when I haven't heard them in a long time.
We could pull up a Garth song if you'd rather.
I'd rather not.
What kind of animal does Reba look like? She's always struck me as something like
baboonish?
a cat or something.
Yeah, I would say a cat.
Yeah, more
like
feline.
a feline.
I was thinking baboon because of the red hair.
A feline.
A feline?
Feline.
Feline. He had it right the first time. Feline.
No, I think that is what she looks like, though. I think she looks like a cat,
sort of
kind of.
like. Garth Brooks.
He's not going to be able to help himself.
Come on, E.
I don't want to sing.
He's not going to be able to help himself.
All my roots, I showed up in blues.
This is singing. This isn't.
Ruined your black tie affair. Last one to know.
Claiming that's not Garth?
Last one
Is
to
that
show.
Chris? What's his name
I was the
instead?
last one you thought
I
you'd
don't know if
see
it's my
there.
headphones, but this sounds
Chris
like someone
Gaines.
different.
And it's all the surprise.
This sounds like a
This is
cover.
Gaines, not
Honestly,
Brooks.
but
Glass of champagne.
maybe I'm wrong, but it sounds like a cover.
I've got. Can you do that party? I've got.
I mean, I do it.
Come on, E. Here we go.
Come on, E.
Sing it at
Right
the
here, big
concert.
time.
See, I'm not. See, you're gonna pull it down. I'm gonna sound like an asshole. When you sing you're Africa,
chases my
Yeah.
blues
it
away.
sounds great when you have the music underneath you, and then I start singing and you pull it.
Okay. On social graces, I'll slip on down to the oasis. I've got friends.
Come on, E. Take it.
No places. E, you got this. First two, go.
I'm not singing. I don't like singing.
He can air guitar, though. Air guitar, this, E.
The air guitar's like an idiot, too.
I know.
I don't know how to play guitar, so
That's the point of the air guitar. You don't need to know how to play
it
guitar.
doesn't go like this.
Ready?
Please, I don't want to sing.
I guess I was wrong. I
I just don't want to sing, dude. I don't like singing in front of people unless I'm drunk.
He might be made the fool.
He might. Son of a bitch.
God, you have weird lines. Really weird lines.
I know.
Yeah, I'll drink my own piss. Yes, I'll stick that up my ass. Yes, I'll suck off TCG, but I won't. I will not sing.
I have never. Two of those things I've never said I would do.
Oh, whatever.
You are right, though. I've had friends talk. We've talked about that before. The idea.
So
of
what?
things that I've
The
done.
worry
I don't
is
know.
that people will laugh at you.
I don't know what it is. I cannot explain to you how I have certain things that are very social. I just don't like them. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'd rather eat poop than sing in front of people.
And you've
that's normal.
Plenty of poop.
Daniel Holtzclaw was the kid, played football at Eastern, Oklahoma City cop, and now convicted of 18 charges of rape. I think he was facing 36 or 32.
36 charges, yeah.
Yeah.
Where's he? Arizona or something?
I'm not sure where. Is he not in Oklahoma?
Oh, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma
Sorry, yeah.
City is where
Yeah.
he was.
Okay.
But he was sobbing. I don't know if you saw when they ruled. I didn't know where they were going to go with this because there have been other cops who have used this defense before. Like they've got this chick on the stand and it's like he targeted the lowest of the low, like people with a ton of warrants and drug arrest. And it's like, well, history of drug abuse and all kinds of warrants. How can you possibly believe their testimony, Your Honor?
Right.
And that's worked. And so that's what they think he was doing, was targeting people that would have no chance in a fight.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Who are they going to believe? Kind of thing.
Yeah. They're going to believe me, the cop, or are they going to believe this junkie asshole who's got a mile-long rap sheet? So unfortunately, he put it to a granny. He put it to Nana, and Nana was like, fuck that shit.
He put it to a Nana?
Yeah. She was a youthful Nana, but a Nana nonetheless.
Holtzclaw?
I know. He was into black chicks, too. He would only do this to black chicks. Like 13 of them he was raping. He's in special protection now. He's on suicide watch round the clock because of his outburst in court when he was bawling. So Janie Liggins is the chick. She called him a serial rapist with a badge. And Janie Liggins was the Nana. She plans to sue the city for civil damages. I don't know how much that's worth. Probably a lot. She's got good old Benjamin Crump on the case. Her complaint triggered the investigation that led to charges that he victimized 13 women as an Oklahoma City police officer. He just picked the wrong lady to stop that night. I wanted to make sure this wouldn't happen again. No way, no how. No how.
And how.
Oh, yeah, it was and how, sorry. Crump added, Black women's lives matter. Of course, we have to make it a Black women's lives matter. It mattered just as if this were a group of 13 white women.
I don't think anyone was arguing that.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree that if this was 13 white women, I would want him to go to jail for what did he get sentenced to 260 years? Yeah, he was found guilty on his 29th birthday. Ligon said she was different from the other victims in that she did not have any outstanding warrants or convictions against her.
And she was a nana.
Yeah. He preyed on women who had trouble with the law, thinking that their word would not stand up against his. And
wonder why he chose this one then out of nowhere. Why didn't he just move along and find
his dick was hard? Who knows? You know, they said he got more brazen with each attack. So so he's thinking he's above the law. Nobody's said anything or done anything.
Right.
All the accusers are Black, but the case was heard by an all-white jury. So there's a lot of thought like, oh man, is the all-white jury going to let the white cop go? The district attorney said he sought a good cross-section of our community, but defense attorneys had eliminated every potential Black juror. The youngest victim, a 17-year-old girl, was the last to testify. He picked her up as she was walking home. We did a lot of details in this story a few months ago, if you guys remember. He then walked her to her porch where he told her he had to search her, and then he grabbed her titties. He then pulled down her pink shorts and raped her on the porch. I think it was the porch. And her DNA was found inside his pants, his cop's pants. That's a tough one to explain.
What happened there was...
He broke down in tears. Obviously, one woman testified in orange scrubs from handcuffs because she had been jailed on drug charges 3 hours before appearing in court. I think she was supposed to be in a hotel room, snuck out, right? She's got to testify the next morning, snuck out to buy some weed and some other drugs like LSD or PCP or something, and then was caught coming back in, and she was on the stand slurring her words and all fucked up. Imagine that. You're the lawyer and you have to put this idiot on the stand and she's hammered and hungover from the night before when she snuck out of where she wasn't. I think they were all sequestered. And but they still put her on the stand and got this through. Anyway, yeah, he's crazy. This one, though, he testified. The woman said he followed her into her bedroom, raped her, telling her, this is better than county jail. So, yeah, he was trying to say that everything was consensual. They wanted to not go to jail, and I wanted to get that last nut off, so we worked out a little deal, which I can respect, if that's truly what's going on.
Yeah, if you're right, as long as it's consensual on
both sides.
Right. I think there's nothing wrong with that. A little barter system.
Oh, quid pro quo.
Sure.
Tit for tat.
Sure. At Twin Peaks, you'll find the best kitchen in sports, making everything from scratch, and a beer selection ranging from local crafts to their famous 29-degree drafts. Try any of their made-from-scratch teasers, like the Peaks Sampler, which includes fried pickles, mozzarella bites, and buffalo tenders. Visit Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge, to watch your favorite college and professional football games.
Have you ever heard of Lowell Prison in Florida?
No.
Women's prison? I guess it's like the biggest chick prison. Hundreds of inmates. Think about this. Hundreds of inmates at the country's largest female prison have complained of being forced into having sex with wardens in exchange for basic amenities.
Hundreds.
Wow. Rick Ridgway, the state attorney, claims many of the issues are well-founded, adding there are things that are happening that are clearly illegal. That's insane to think about. Awesome, but insane, right?
You want this? You want some breakfast, don't you?
There's a huge lawsuit and settlement here in Michigan. I don't know, in the last 10 years, right? Like maybe the last 5 years, involving a bunch of female prisoners. Same type of thing.
Yeah.
Guards were
banging them.
Yeah. Extorting or blackmailing, whatever you call it.
With few surveillance cameras, that's usually the problem. There's not many surveillance cameras. There's little evidence to support the claims to bring them to court. The harsh reality is that if an inmate says an officer has sex with me and that's all you've got, you don't have a prayer. For many of these Lowell inmates, it's something they are not forced into doing. It's consensual, which doesn't make it legal, but they say, hey, I get better food, I get cell phones. So essentially they make a trade. Yeah. Just 2 Lowell guards have faced charges for sexual misconduct since 2005, and neither of them were convicted. Yeah, right. However, a female warden told a local newspaper there that he believes at least 40% of Lowell staff are corrupt. Wow. Ginger Ullman claims she left Lowell with $6,000, which she earned performing sexual favors for guards and writing letters to lonely men.
Wait, she left prison
with $6,000.
Nice.
There she is.
Oh, got a little cash to get her on her feet.
Yeah,
it's hard when you get out of jail. You need some money to kind of, like you said, get a fresh start.
She's not bad looking either. I mean,
I think we need 3 more images to make that call.
I mean, yeah. Could this fall into a pair? Perhaps. I would argue that based on the image that I'm seeing, I don't think this is going to fall into a pair. Her eyes look gorgeous too, by the way. You see those?
That hair looks a little stringy.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Which is a bad sign to me. I just feel like,
strange jewelry choices too. Not sure about the earrings or the necklace.
I think you guys are being too critical. She's in this horrid prison in Florida. And she's blowing guards for cell phone use.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, that's her mugshot right there.
Ooh. Yes. Well, I mean, that's her worst, obviously. If you had to pick one, though. So she says she told the Herald down there in Florida, let's say my boyfriend, quote unquote, is bringing me in cigarettes. And every time I go in the back and I have some kind of physical intimacy, even if I hate him, nobody wants to tell. If I go to if I go into confinement, I lose my property. I can't call home. It's a lose-lose. So no one wants to tell. And no one is going to believe you anyway. Her fellow inmate, Crystal Harper, and I don't know what Crystal Harper looks like, told the Herald that she would be told to play with herself in exchange for $150. Which one's that? Is that Crystal Harper?
Yeah, that could be her.
Yeah, that's still Allman. I think I just showed that because I know you're a big fan of determining if they have nice racks.
Yeah, that looks like
she doesn't look
sufficient.
She looks better
right?
in that image to me, but
she does.
She's all over the map. All 3 of these are.
They could be different people.
Very diverse. No, I think we've narrowed it down to the right person. Kadog has, but
yeah,
very diverse picture.
Oh, I want to see that picture, Kadog. Let me see that one. Oh, now which one is this?
I think that's
Same
still
girl.
Allman, yeah.
Wow.
Well, Jay's. I know what your problem is, Jay. I know what your problem is.
Yeah.
You're
she's
a guard.
She's doing a profile shot for a reason here, Mike.
But she got that ass, righty? A little bit?
Yeah.
There's no problem with having an ass, but I think she's changing the subject.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe so. I mean, are we in a beggars can't, situation?
Right. I get it. I get it. It's not awful if you're a prison guard and you're looking over a bunch of inmates trying to pick one.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that's the worst one by any means.
So this chick says that sometimes the guards would ask her, and I don't know what she looks like. Crystal Harper. Maybe you can find. Ooh, who's that? Which one's that?
That's Crystal Harper.
Oh.
A little bit bigger of an individual.
Does that head fit that body?
Not really. It looks like one of those
like if you
heads.
just went like this.
Yeah.
I think you would think, okay, and then like that is an example where if you saw the head, you might think like, she looks.
I think her legs are twice as long as they need to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
everything.
It's weird.
Everything about her body, it looks twice. Like that is the weirdest body.
Well, she's wearing scrubs, right? She's a nurse in that situation. Or no?
She's wearing scrubs. I don't know that she's a nurse, but
it looks huge.
Oh, is this a pre-incarceration picture? Is this?
I don't know what that is.
Some sort of.
Are they doing glamour shots now
Those
in
look
the
like
prisons?
man hands, dude, and arms to me.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No. Well, they wanted her flicking her bean. They're like, yeah, flick.
Yeah, once you get in there and flick that bean and shit, I'll give you $150. How's that sound as shit?
I don't know. $150 isn't bad if that's your situation. I mean, you're going to come out of here with like a fully vested 401k. This is not that bad. If you're just talking about flicking beans and stuff, you're talking about like,
oh yeah. If I were a chick, I would do it in a
blowing dudes and all that. Ugh.
That's different, right? I mean, you'd have to up the charge for sure. But here's the shitty part: half the time these guys wouldn't pay her. That's now they should be brought up on charges for that. What are you going to do?
Right.
I flicked my bean for him. He said he'd give me $150, and then he did. And they're going to go, get out of here, you Harper. She told the Herald, if you report you were raped, you sit in a 10x12 with nothing but your uniform, and they close the door. They put you under investigation. They say it's for your own safety, and then they leave you there until you write up a witness statement that it never happened.
Wow, man.
Yeah,
When corruption runs that deep, though, you see how the whole place can be controlled. Isn't that amazing? Like, it's not just one or two guys doing it. It's like, if it's running rampant like that, wow, dude.
What do you do?
Yeah, what do you do? You're completely powerless.
The prison's new warden, Angela Gordon, claims there are maybe a couple bad apples.
Of course, right? I know nothing's perfect.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Yeah, we've got a couple worms in a couple apples.
Well,
now that's who I could see. That looks like a woman who would be warden at a female prison.
That is someone who would say, "Well, hello, warden."
She had no choice when that was what her job was going to be.
Predetermined.
That's exactly.
Her high school counselor agreed.
Well, based on your facial structure
into the
here,
prison system. Yeah, that's
that haircut. Even I mean,
the Nazi party had been destroyed by the time she came along, so it was prison warden or nothing.
That is the definition of not a glass jaw.
The East German Olympic team was dissolved. So
she looks like she'd be really fun in the sack.
Yeah, she'd hurt you.
It'd be very clinical.
Yeah.
Just
there's a few bad apples and shit. I don't know what these twats are whining about over here. She said there's a lot of good people who do a good job. That's her farting at the Herald reporter. Go on, get your shit and get out of my office. So,
see, I laughed at something you did there.
Don't forget this on your way out. Hey, you forgot something.
What is this on her desk, too, by the way? A photo of her dog?
It's my cute dog. That's my dog named Butch, okay?
Wearing sunglasses.
It's my dog, Leslie.
Wearing sunglasses. Look at that face. God.
Yeah. She's actually not that bad. If you look at her eyes.
Jesus Christ.
I think I'd have to have a second or third image to decide.
Her eyes look too small. They look like E's eyes. They're beady. Do you see what I'm seeing there?
I see some beadiness.
Lifeless eyes. Black eyes like a doll's eye.
I don't like him, his giant head, or his beady little eyes.
She's actually not that bad. East German, what did you say?
Olympic team.
Yeah, she's not that bad, actually.
No, she's just looks like a normal.
She got some nice.
Yeah, what are those called?
Fangs or
incisors? Incisors, yeah.
She looks like a
vampiric. Vampiric.
It is vampiric in a way.
Yeah. I wonder if she's got vampiric tendencies. Do they come with
maybe that's why she's not smiling in this other photo. I mean, God.
Yeah, the incisors are remarkable.
Like, isn't that the first? That is the first thing I saw.
She has definitely uttered the words, "I want to beat your neck. I want to taste your blood," to somebody. Maybe just at Halloween, but it's been uttered from her mouth.
It's been.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. Oh.
Just trying to find more photos for you.
Yeah. Have you heard about this hoverboard craze, by the way? Are your kids asking for the hoverboards?
No, I've seen them everywhere, though, for sure. I heard a story yesterday. I don't think this is a story you have. It's just about how they're lighting on fires on planes.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
even when they're stowed in the
now.
aft cargo hold. They seem to be busting the lithium battery problem. There's a problem or something, and they're starting fires. So, like, all the main airlines have banned them.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pissing me off that they're first off calling them hoverboards,
right?
Because they're just motorized wheels with they're motorized wheel skateboard,
right?
It's dumb, but yeah, some kid was trying to learn how to ride his, and
didn't go so well.
He did one of these and then fell. And he looks to his left and he's like, "Oh my God, a bus!" And he tries to get out of the way, and the bus just hit him and dragged him for a few hundred yards.
Yeah, a few hundred yards.
Yeah, yep. How about that right before the holidays? His name is Jeffrey Mingle is a guy that witnessed it. Look at that. There he is. Son of a bitch. Jeff Mingle is on the street watching this, and he's just like, holy shit. He said the kid didn't look very experienced on. His name is Nawaf Al-Tuwayan.
Whatever.
That's his name. He's 15 years old. So he's desperately tried to chase down the driver. Mr. Mingle did. He's trying to like hit the side of the bus as he's running after it. And this kid's just underneath the bus. I chased it, banged on the side, told the driver what had happened. We looked under the bus, but it was too late. The boy was dead. It took 15 minutes to raise the bus, another 20 to get the boy out from under it. That would not be a pretty scene.
No.
He didn't look confident on the board, that's for sure. He was lunging forward and backward before it threw him face first into the road, sending the board flying back towards Mr. Mingle. He was scrambling to get to his feet when the bus came back around.
Mr. Mingle.
Mr. Mingle. What a horrible story, but people are already like, oh, we need to ban him. We need to ban him. It's like, dude.
How about you just practice them away from a busy street?
Right.
Yeah. What are you thinking?
Driveway or something? A parking lot?
Yeah, something.
I mean, God, ban them.
Right.
You could ban everything then. Everything could be banned then.
Yeah, roller skates, skateboards.
You could fall.
Yeah.
Like you could fall.
Absolutely. I'm shocked your boys haven't asked Santa for something like that.
Yeah, Russell was wanting one of those a few months back, but it subsided. Not sure why.
Yeah, I know they're the thing on the Christmas list.
Maybe he just decided like this is way too expensive. They're not buying me this, so I'm not even getting my.
They're not
hopes up.
that bad though. They're like, I mean, they're expensive.
Like, $400 or $500.
No, I can get them for $250.
Okay,
which is expensive, but you know.
Yeah, I'm not buying that for Russell.
But Santa, obviously.
Santa doesn't exist, Mike.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I forgot.
it's not real. It's not real.
In the Troycast household, there's no such thing as Santa. So.
Although we watched Elf last night, and that suggested he does. So I'm not sure what to think. I'm not
sure that Elf is a documentary or not.
I'm not sure what to think.
Documentary.
Yeah, swipe. Hey, Steve Gabar and the Zott Ford family would like to wish the entire Detroit Cast family a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. They'd also like to thank each TDC listener that has bought a new or used vehicle, parts for their vehicles, or has had vehicles repaired in the Zott Ford service department. Give them a huge thank you and happy holidays from the bottom of their hearts.
How are we doing for email?
We do have some email, Mike. One other thing I wanted to mention, I got this from the Alzheimer's Association. You know how this time of year, well, you don't open your mail, so you probably don't know, but
yeah,
and you don't give to charities either. So
right,
this won't apply to you. But this time of year, you get hit by every charity you've ever given to in your life.
Oh, so you just wanted to showcase that you give to lots of charities?
I wanted to showcase
that
this time of year, every time I get an Alzheimer's Association request for more funds, and it's addressed to Colonel and Mrs. J Detroit Cast. Colonel. How the hell did Colonel get attached to this?
Does it actually say Colonel?
Colonel. They've absolutely fucked up the salutation. I'm identified as Colonel in their system.
That's
the
awesome.
Colonel.
You're the Colonel.
Dude, years ago, we've been getting this for like 15 years, and there was a short period of time where I was demanding that everyone call me the Colonel in our house.
Wow.
You don't anymore?
Yeah.
I would still demand that.
I think the King's better than the Colonel.
Are you given to them, Colonel?
No.
You've stopped?
They've already forgotten that he hasn't given to him anyway. Get it? That was so fucking lame. I can't believe I said that.
No, that was worthy. You know what? I don't blame you for saying it. I think that was worth it, right, Mike?
Are you being? I'm not sure. I mean, I can't tell if you're being serious.
No,
I
do. Alzheimer's Association forgetting.
I just felt like it
that's not a bad joke.
It felt too low hanging.
Right. That's what I felt.
Could have been better executed. But
yeah.
I like that you tried.
Well, whatever.
It wasn't a bad joke.
No,
it's not a bad
whatever.
joke.
I don't know. I said it. I just didn't
stand by it.
Hey, did you know that Krista Jelski of Remax Suburban can help you buy or sell a home even if you're looking or live far away?
I did.
Krista can find you an excellent realtor anywhere in the country. Call Krista and she will connect you with the best local realtor for all your real estate needs. Check out her website at KristaSellsHouses.com or call her anytime, Miss Jelski, at 586-918-0900.
Shit, Miss Jelski. You want to sell my house and shit? Here's all I'm going to need from you. I'm going to need you to kick off get them disgusting ass tube socks off. Why don't you slip into these pumps here, go for a brisk jog around the block real quick. And let me borrow them shoes for a couple of days. And then you can sell my crib and shit.
Seems fair.
Miss Jelski.
Seems like a fair trade.
Absolutely.
All right, we've got a bit of an Ask E here from Nick. Nick writes in, I came into a little dilemma at work this morning. I found out that starting Tuesday, 12:15, I have a new employee that I have to train. I also found out that his name is Muhammad and his last name is too many consonants and requires too much phlegm to pronounce properly. I drive a tanker hauling gasoline and diesel fuel. Should I refuse to train this guy or do what's asked of me and hope for the best? This kind of goes to what we were talking about earlier, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Come on, Nick.
Personally, I would do it. I wouldn't. I mean, whatever. It would be a little. I don't know. I don't know what he wants from me there. I don't understand what the question. I mean, I understand what the question is,
Does
but I don't
train
really
him,
understand.
or I mean, he's driving tanker, diesel fuel.
Yeah, he's worried about the whole
potentially
thing blowing
catastrophic.
I don't know what to say. I would do it. I would still be training him.
I think you train him for sure, but I think you put like in the, whether it's the employee lunchroom or the boss's office, you craft a note that says, "Hey, listen."
I thought you were going to say a dead pig's head.
No. That'd be offensive. But I think if you put together a nice letter and you hang it throughout the office so that all employees can see it, that look, I'm going out with Muhammad now. We've got this tanker. If some rare instance it turns into a bomb, I want everybody to be very clear that I was not a part of the threat or his plans.
Yeah.
Like I'm just an
Best
innocent.
I can tell, Muhammad's my man.
I'm victim number one in however many are taken out. And then you just plaster that all over and let Muhammad see it. Let everyone know so we're all on the same page that you're still willing to go through with the training and all that stuff. But in the unlikely event that it goes south, I was no part of it.
You know, the more I thought,
You know what I mean?
I think that's fair.
The more
I think that's fair too.
Thought about it since you just were talking.
Yeah.
Honestly, if that was a real question, if he really was, I don't know if he's just being funny because it's a show or if he's serious.
Are you disgusted by Nick?
I gotta be honest. I can't even believe you're asking. Unless it's just in fodder and he's kind of whatever. If that's a real thought, I think that's
My
kind of
guess
crazy.
is it's fodder.
I hope so.
You have offended E, Nick.
Yes. It's easy to offend E.
It's not true.
Bleeding heart, liberal E.
I am not a bleeding heart liberal.
I don't know, dude.
My voting record
You
would
hate
not
the
show
man.
that.
You hate cops.
Proof's in the pudding, sir.
My voting
Clearly
record would
don't
not
want
show
anyone
that.
to be prejudiced against.
That's not true.
You
That's
don't
not-
even like the jokes, apparently. He laid out a nice joke and you took offense to it. This is your first ballot Hall of Fame liberal bleeding heart asshole. I'm
way.
checking off the boxes.
No.
You're right on down the list.
No.
I don't know.
If I had the no drop in front of me, that's what I would have hit. Anyway.
Chuck writes in, just thought I would let you boys know that I was sitting in my car at B-Dub's parking lot on Mound and Warren when Kadog walked by my car. I was eating chicken and trying to get hearts on Periscope, of course.
Kadog doesn't go to BW3. He goes to Popeyes.
So I unrolled
Everybody
my window
knows
and
that.
yelled, Detroit Cast, which made Kadog turn around. I introduced myself as a big fan of your guys' show, and Kadog hooked me up with a new bumper sticker. Kadog is definitely not an asshole. Whoa. Well,
Yes,
Chuck,
he
Chuck,
is.
Chuck, Chuck, I
Take it from us.
I think you caught him on a good day. Must have been imbibing in the spirits, perhaps, inside the establishment. Very good mood. A myriad of things because he is absolutely 100% an asshole.
Biggest one on the show.
Kadog, did you meet this gentleman?
Is this guy full of shit?
I did. No, this is a true story. And I had a couple Guinnesses, not enough that I couldn't drive. We'll
Okay.
just say that. But this is like we were talking about before.
Driving is drunk driving.
I like meeting and interacting with the fans because it's like the one time I can actually talk. So.
Are you suggesting that you're not allowed to talk on the?
No, I've been given strict instructions. Do not speak unless spoken to.
Joe writes in. Joe writes in.
He's been given the same instructions. He just chooses to ignore them. Jay has given them those same instructions
every day I come
for
in here.
years.
Right. For years. Just stop talking.
Joe writes in, you can tell Walters came up under Drew and Mike and Jay was a listener. The interviews remind me so much of the old show. They are so uncomfortable that it's hard to listen to, but I can't stop. And you push the limits so far that I feel like I'm waiting for the person to hang up at any moment. I also love adding in your own details to the story while, quote, validating it with comments like, well, it says online, or the stories that we've been hearing in Detroit. I love it, even though it's a mixture of uncontrollable laughter and being so uncomfortable that I take my headphones off for a second. Joe. Thanks, Joe.
Hey, we're just trying to report. When we get reports here in Detroit, I feel like it's our job to look into them. I mean,
Bit of a duty, I think.
Yeah.
Obligation.
You know how boring that story would be if we called that guy that phone? You know how boring that call would have been?
Well, let me tell you guys.
He would have told us all about the charitable bullshit he's doing.
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win.
And the mainstream media would have done that. Oh, tell me about it.
Yeah.
So you're having a can drive this Saturday, are you? Canned food drive. Ooh, tell us more about that, Fred.
Yeah, no, you got to dig deeper. You got to take a different angle.
Yeah.
When he said that win-win, did you get the impression that he felt like he said something really like
profound?
Yeah,
like,
he's like, that's what they call a win.
It's what happened, in my estimation, is he probably had a discussion with somebody who's involved, and they're like, look, Fred, we're going to make this a win-win. And so his takeaway from that was, this is a win-win.
Yeah.
He said it twice, I think, during that interview. This is going to be a win-win. It's going to be a win-win.
And here's the fact. I can promise you this story, as soon as it hit the papers, he got flooded with calls, probably from conservatives who were like, this is an outrage. He's trying to just sit in the park and play Santa Claus like he always does. And once again, it's blah, blah, blah. Or I shouldn't say conservatives, but people were outraged that they had fucked this guy like this.
Mm-hmm.
And so the company quickly saw, oh no, this is going to be a nightmare in the media for us. So how do we make this right? Make this right. And so they get Fred on board. Well, he's getting bombarded with calls, and he gets to be the hero going, no, folks, call off the dogs. Everything's fine. And all of a sudden, 1 out of 250 calls comes in and starts with, we heard you were making kids cry, and your beard falls off your face.
How about those pee stains?
And he's got Jay comes up with urine stains all over his outfit, and he's left. What is he going to do? He doesn't know if we're full of shit.
Yeah.
Which we weren't. I mean, those were some rumors we'd heard.
Reports
I heard them.
Received.
Yeah.
From you guys.
I don't remember where we heard them, but we heard them.
Don't shoot the messenger, sir. Don writes in, hello, men, and the slow one. I do not remember what episode it was, since I would never listen to normal radio anymore, just your podcast. They all run together. I hearken back to an email that was read about referencing the show in your daily lives. A few of my coworkers and I listen to the show daily. This has driven us to start using phrases that come up on the show. When we use them, we try and make sure that another listener is within earshot when we say things like via or scenario or our favorite Bobby fucking Gallagher. When we sit in a cube farm, or we do sit in a cube farm, so this is not difficult to do, we do get strange looks from non-listeners when we lose it when these statements are made. This brings me to the highlight of one of these situations. And another listener and I were commenting about office gossip. It involved an African-American gentleman. We finished, and the other listener started walking away. He got about 30 feet away, turned around and yelled, "And shit!" using Mike's deep undertone.
Shit.
I fucking lost it. My ribs hurt by the time I was done laughing. This never sounds as good when you're not present at the scene, but these statements help us get through our long days. The past few days, we've been making some fun with the shoe fetish guys. Keep up the good work. My wife did all her Christmas shopping through the Amazon link this year to help the show. There's nothing quite like Amazon.
There is very little Amazon doesn't have.
It's good to know.
It's an amazing company.
I've heard that.
There has never been a company quite like Amazon.
Do they have shoes there?
Amazon.
At Amazon?
Don't forget about our Amazon link, by the way.
Please don't.
Come to mention it.
Yeah. Especially in this festive season.
And how.
Right.
We'll save the rest for tomorrow, Mike.
Let's do that. Anything else we need to mention?
No.
Our shirts for sale.
Yeah, keep sharing the show. Shirts are for sale. Check out our merchandise.
The new bumper sticker. Yeah, get some Detroit Cast swag. Send us some emails. Detroit Cast swag for the holidays.
There you go.
Do it up. Send it to your listener friends, wherever they may be in the world. With that, we'll call it a day for a Monday. Let's do it again tomorrow for an all-new Tuesday edition. We'll see you then.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit. Listen to God, watch you grow, you know